Columbine.
Virginia Tech.
Tucson.
Aurora.
Fort Hood.
Jedi Temple.
Newtown.
How many more?
What's up and what's going on, fellow fanatics?
What's happening?
Okay. I apologize for the delay. You guys know, same old. Some things don't change. We were trying to get everything together, for the stream, and it was last minute with a lot of the things that we were trying to get done. Some of the things that we ordered didn't get here until today, so it's been a struggle trying to get back to you guys, but we are back, and we do appreciate every single one of you being so patient and waiting as long as you guys waited to stream with us. I know that there's been a long anticipation for us to be back, and like I said, we really do appreciate every single one of you for patiently waiting and everything like that. But like I said, we're back. We have some things that we're going to talk to you guys about and get into all of the good things that you guys want to talk about and everything like that. Some of the news that I've picked out is just news that I thought would be important for us to talk about. Not, like I said, I'm trying to get back in the groove of some things as far as knowing what's going on in the loop of things and everything like that. But I think the things that we have for you guys today are it's going to be a good stream. So it's good to see everybody here. Appreciate it. Corey.
Let's
Start with how we always do. How have you been? Because it's been 2 months since these lovely people have seen your face. So,
hi guys.
Go ahead and fill them in on Corey's life.
Oh man, I'm just still being a mom, potty training. So everyone wish me luck on that. And I am also still in aesthetics. My clientele is slowly growing, and life is good. Can't complain.
Fantastic. Q, how have you been the last 2 months?
You know, somewhere like between great and like shitty. Shitty in the sense of, I'm still the same old nigga. I don't care about shit. Like, still hating on everything. But great in the sense of like, last time y'all saw me, I probably was not the healthiest. I was eating 1 meal a day, not doing shit. And so now, niggas doing a lot more, fucking eating, working out, running with the dogs, random shit. So life's been a lot better. I just still don't really care about anything. Football season started. The Steelers got blown out last week. Probably gonna get fucking blown out next week. And so that's all I'm really doing now is gambling. Gambling on football seaseason. Working.
Football.
For y'all who want to know, I work with Darius now. Shit is comedy watching this thing on the day-to-day basis. Seeing how he reacts at work, and then as soon as he gets off, niggas instantly in a better mood. I'm sorry if y'all are watching. Sorry if y'all are watching at work. That's just how it is. Pretty sure y'all all are better moods when y'all get off as well. But Darius, how you been, buddy? Let them know how you been.
I've personal life, I've been great. Even at you guys know from this past streams that I have that supervising position at work. It's being a supervisor is extremely fucking annoying. I think every person at that job tap dances on my nerves daily. Even if they're not in my department, they tap dance on my nerves. I'm currently, like, the things going on at work right now, bro. I haven't said a word to anybody besides like maybe Q since what, Friday, I think.
Last Thursday.
I
took a picture and posted. He has his big ass headphones on, just like how we are now. And I'm like, how long y'all think you gonna have these on? Today, I recorded a video of him in there dancing, singing loud as fuck, headphones on. So he's going on about a week now. Tomorrow it'll be a week.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised.
It will be a week tomorrow. So I'm just irritated at work. They really irritated me. They pissed me off because I almost lost my fucking life, and they wanted to act like that shit was just nonchalant. They were just like, oh, well, you should have reacted better. But I'm not even going to get into all that shit, bro. Like, just know that my 2 months, I've been great. Things at home are good. I'm happy. I'm working out every single day. You guys know that. Body's right. I'm happy mentally. Everything. I'm good. I'm
I
good.
Future say life is good.
Yeah, like Future said, life is good, and
Life is
I'm
good.
really happy to be back here with you guys. But as always, I do want to shout everybody out before we get started.
Yes.
Here, let me
Except
see.
that nigga Cornelius. I'm gonna go ahead and start with that. All I ever see from that nigga is tomatoes. Bro, like, nigga couldn't even be a little excited for the comeback. Nigga just straight shitting on it.
No, he shitted on it on Twitter.
I know, I seen that, and that's why I'm like, fuck. You know, like, I woke up to tomatoes. I woke up here to tomatoes. I can't get away from them.
I want to appreciate Raptor Cloak. Appreciate you being here. Omega 095. Appreciate you being here. Johnny Washington, Zank Beto, Oscar, Ricardo. Appreciate you being here. We appreciate Carolina Boy being here. We appreciate Andre Ware, Cleve 17, Cornelius, and your tomatoes are appreciated. Anyway, your review. We appreciate Naries. We appreciate Kenny being here. You know what? I was asking about Kenny 2 months ago because I didn't see Kenny's name in the
Darius
chat.
was asking about Kenny 2 weeks ago.
Was I?
Yes, we were in here.
That's right.
We were hanging out at work, and Darius was like, Q, you know I haven't heard from in a minute? And I was like, who? Like, Kenny.
Yeah.
I was like, you know? You're not lying. I mean, we done went ghost, so we can't blame the nigga
Right.
if he gone as well.
That is true. I did ask about you. Ant-Man 1991, appreciate you being here. AJ the Flannel God, appreciate you being here. We also appreciate, this is a new one, is that Silky Lofison? I appreciate you being here. Raymond 2000, who are these people? Appreciate you being here. Gray, appreciate you being here. D Stizzle, appreciate you. Chill, my guy, appreciate you being here. No More Champagne, appreciate it as well. And what Chill just said is right. He said, but I bet you can't say you streamed with him at work. I did stream with Chill. What was that, last week? Last week, I did the route. And I streamed with Jill for like five hours.
I checked that because that day I was late and I was like, damn, I probably pissed this nigga off. And I check and he's fucking streaming and shit. I'm like, you know, he probably cool.
Yeah,
he's probably cool.
I wasn't mad at all. I was really happy that I got to stream because I hadn't streamed in a long time. We talked about a lot of good things. We talked Recast T'Challa. We talked Ashoka, Star Wars in general. We talked Jonathan Majors over there. There was a lot that we talked about. So it was fun. It was a fun time. So yeah, Jill, appreciate you being here. So we're going to go ahead and jump into everything that we have to jump into here with you guys. The first thing that we're going to go ahead and talk about is the Marvels. We've talked about the Marvels a couple of times over here. It went from being one of my most anticipated just because of Monica Rambeau and everything, you know, seeing photons. I think she's Spectrum in the MCU. I think that's the name that she's going by. I was happy about that. One of the things that still has me excited about the Marvels is the live action incursion. I think that's about the only thing that has me excited about the Marvels. I will say I have seen the trailer that we're about to watch. I'm sure everybody has. It came out last week sometime.
Yeah.
The trailer that we were about to watch did look good.
I've not seen it.
That
It
was
looked good.
I seen it. That was the first one that looked kind of decent.
Yeah,
and I agree.
It looked good. But we've seen trailers that have looked good before.
True.
And we've seen what that has looked like.
I just feel bad because you read the comments, bro, and you know it's not going to do good.
No, it's not. And
I just feel bad already.
Well,
I don't know why I feel
wanna
bad.
say it's
Because, like
not.
I just said, I don't care.
Well, I don't want to say that it's not because, like, Chill. When I was streaming with Chill and everybody, he made a good. There were some good points made just about, like, you know, you got to remember. I think the first one. How much did the first one make? The first Captain Marvel film did really well. People weren't obviously happy with Brie Larson's performance as Captain Marvel and things like that. But I think one of the issues that the Marvels faces is the backlash of Brie Larson. There are not a lot of Brie Larson fans.
1.1 bill worldwide.
Yeah, 1.1 bill.
I was about to say I don't think it made over 1.3, but
it was.
But it did pretty decent.
Good. It is the shortest Marvel film on the timeline currently. It had an hour and 30 minutes. Promotion for this film, because of the strike, is non-existent.
Well, how we just ended Secret Invasion.
yeah.
It's like, what the fuck do we
I was just
wanna
about to say-
see from Fury at this point? And then it's like, I mean, I know this. I don't even know if this is before or after. I don't know. I forgot. But I mean, it's just I get on whatever social media it is, and it's just niggas hating on Brie Larson for waking up.
Well, that's the whole thing from the very beginning. I've said that from like day one of all this. It's just like people aren't feel. I don't have a problem with Brie Larson. I think she does fine as Captain Marvel, but people aren't fans of Brie Larson like that. You know, that's why they trolled all the fans with the first trailer from the Beastie Boys, "Don't Tell Me to Smile" and all that stuff. So, you know, because that was the whole thing. You know, Brie Larson trolled fans when the original Captain Marvel came out, and she put smiles on Captain America, and she photoshopped a smile on Iron Man on their posters because people were saying, why is she not smiling in the poster? And she was like, okay, so you want the superheroes to smile? Let's put smiles on Cap and Iron Man. So there's that. There's the interview where she was asked about Captain Marvel 2, and she looked at the camera and said, I don't know. Do people want me to come back as Captain Marvel? So she, you know... there's that, and then, like I said, just the promotion for the film, the strike going on. I don't know, none of us know, no one knows when the strike is going to end. There have been major delays, major pushbacks, some shows have even been delayed indefinitely because of the strike. And with us not knowing when the strike is ending and them not being able to promote this film, Brie Larson's not.
Now?
No, sometime in November.
Yeah, like
Sometime in November. I want to say early November.
early
I was
November.
gonna say, don't say late.
No.
'Cause if
No,
you put
it's-
that, if it's, you know how they release movies around Thanksgiving or that Friday after on Black bro, it's just gonna do bad, and it really might do bad just because.
I just don't see it doing that great either.
Yeah.
You have to also think about the current climate in Marvel, the
I'm
relationship
not gonna
between
lie.
the fandom.
I'm gonna
and
buy
the
a ticket
MCU.
for this one,
Um,
just because I'm gonna go see that, go see an incursion. You know, I don't know. I'm debating. Do I want to buy the ticket or do I want Ezra Miller my way in?
I just want to see it for the incursion.
Yeah, the live action incursion, something I do want to see as well. But like I said,
November
we
10th.
will definitely see how this film does. We're gonna check out this trailer and we're gonna watch a featurette with you guys, and after that, we'll give our thoughts on trailer and the featurette. Let's go ahead and start that. I feel like this is not the music that goes with this. It's not. That's because this is a reposted trailer. November 10th. So before we give thoughts here, I'll give the quick rundown of what we do know. We know that Carol is going to sing. We know that, so there's a whole High School Musical number. We know that she's going to have a past relationship with the main villain, Darbin. We know that Darbin has one of Kamala's bangles, which is why she's able to do the things she's able to do. Obviously, they're going to be switching places a lot during the film. We also know that, obviously, the incursion, we mentioned that. The rumor, which we haven't heard about in a long time, but at one point was rumored. I don't even want to say this because I don't want to get anybody's hopes up. I don't think this is happening at all. But the Blue Marvel rumor, just judging from the things that the director has said, judging from the things that how long this movie is and other things like that, I don't see them putting Blue Marvel in a post-credit scene, because then that just puts the MCU in another hole of trying to have these payoffs with these post-credit scenes. One of the things that My Time to Shine Hello tweeted out this week was that Scorpion's supposed to end up in, or is going to be in Spider-Man 4. Well, it's about fucking time. How long? That was a long-ass time ago. So that puts the MCU in another position where it's like, okay, now we've got another post-credit scene that we've got to dig ourselves out of this hole, or put them in here somehow. And with the rumor of the MCU rebooting after Secret Wars, or a soft reboot after Secret Wars, I don't think so. I think, and the last thing that we know about it is the director, I forget her name, said that it's going to be, I'm not quoting this directly, but wacky is one of the words that she used. And coming off the heels of Phase 4, coming off of Quantumania starting Phase 5, coming off of Secret Invasion, which I tried to blow the whistle on super early and tell everybody that was going to be shit.
Yeah.
Wacky is not the word I want to hear walking into a Marvel film.
Right.
And I'm going to talk about this at some point in the stream, but for everybody that has watched the Ashoka series, you look at Ashoka and you look at the past Star Wars shows. That's Star Wars. That's what we want to see. Not the wacky shit we saw before. So to go into the Marvels, to walk into the movie theater, hearing the words wacky, knowing that Carol's going to have a whole fucking Zac Efron moment in High School Musical.
Yeah, like, what's that?
Like, I'm just like, okay. And honestly, I just rewatching that trailer, it was okay. It was all right. It wasn't anything to write home about.
Right.
So I'm just, and I don't want to come back and be so woe is me, dread the MCU and all that and everything like that. But the MCU has, even in these 2 months off, has still yet to give me any type of, like, if you would have asked me 2 months ago if Secret Invasion 2 months ago would have got delayed to 2028, I'd be like, what the fuck? I don't give a fuck. Who cares that Secret Wars is delayed to 2028? Why do we care about that? Because, one, it's 2028. Two, you have yet to give us
anything substantial.
Anything in like
anything substantial.
Yeah, to get excited about that.
Exactly.
And don't get me wrong. I know Secret Wars is probably going to be a monumental. It could be monumental. It could be if done correctly. But you hear that they fired the Rick and Morty writers, and now they're wanting the Rick and Morty writers back.
It's just, I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not even trying to hate or nothing. Like, I watched that shit dead ass straight face the whole time, and it's like, knowing what we know about the musical, the love interest, how everything's gonna go with the Kree and everything, I'm already looking forward to what's next, honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
What is next?
I'm not even talking about literally next. I'm talking about next for her, like after Incursion-wise, because that's all we've all said. That's all we're going for.
Yeah.
And I feel bad saying it, but I'm not interested in that movie series. I didn't really like the first one. It was cool. It wasn't that the movie was bad. It was just I personally didn't like it.
I just liked it because it was in the 90s.
Now, Carol in Infinity War, and I didn't mind her in those or anything. I didn't mind her in anything she cameoed in. Don't mind Brie Larson at all. I'm just saying, the movie, the last one, I didn't like this one. I don't see why, like, other than the Incursion, because we literally said we don't even want to see the Incursion on a regular screen. We want to go see that on an IMAX screen. So that's the only reason we're going, if you want to be honest.
Yeah, because I wasn't going to go. I had originally said I think the Marvels would be the first MCU film outside of Black Widow that I do not see in theaters. Because honestly, I want my time back for Secret Invasion. I do. I want my time back. I want my time back for She-Hulk as well. But Secret Invasion was... I don't even know. To say I'm disappointed, I'm not disappointed. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be. The minute The minute Samuel Jackson said in the trailer when Amelia Clark, not Amelia Clark, I forget her name, forget her name, but when in the trailer when she asked Nick Fury, why don't you call some of your special friends, and he said, oh, I'm gonna do this one on my own. I said, oh well, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is. No heroes. There's no heroes in this shit. It's just gonna be a whole bunch of government officials taken over by Skrulls that no one gives a shit about.
Right.
No one. The whole point of as massive a comic as Secret Invasion is, to take that massive Marvel event, take it down to 6 episodes, which we were promised were going to be an hour each, that turned into being like 30-minute episodes. I think the first episode was an hour.
Yeah.
I think that was it. I didn't watch episode 5. I watched episode 6, but when I say I watched episode 6, I skipped all the way to the final fight because I didn't give a fuck about any of that shit. And then when I saw the final fight, I was disappointed.
Right.
I was like, what? You created a character, and then on top of creating this original character, made her the strongest character in the MCU, supposedly. And it's just like, that whole thing, the whole fight, everything about that show was ass.
Yeah, it was just.
It was ass. And they spent how much money on that show? It was ass.
Yeah.
That was awful.
Man,
it was awful.
I feel like a fake ass nigga for sitting in here the first 2 episodes. This is good tone, good this, that, because
yeah,
that shit was
yeah.
booty, dude.
But you weren't the only one, because I also
shit
said that
was
it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't start
bro,
off bad,
that's not
but
even something I'd want to go back.
Oh no, I will never revisit that.
But
it's I'm sorry, Corey.
And that's my cousin, nigga. Like,
yeah, right.
that shit was garbage.
It was awful.
And because there were good parts. I'm not gonna lie. What's her name? You said I forgot her name too. That Fury was talking to, and she ends up talking to Guy and everything at the end.
Yeah.
What is her name? Cause best part about the show. Thing is, I can't even
Olivia
remember her
Colman.
name.
right, there's
Olivia
nothing
Colman.
that stuck.
No, like in the show.
Oh, I don't know.
Don't know her name.
Nor do I care. Like, I don't know. I don't care. Her, like, it. I've had one of my friends was like, the last thing I watched was, the last thing that he had watched was Loki. And he was like, I want to catch up. Can you catch me up? No.
No.
I don't have the desire to catch you up. I used to want to sit down and hold people's hand and talk them and then look at their face, see how they react to certain things within the MCU. I don't care. I feel like a parent. Like, I'm embarrassed to sit down with you and then watch the MCU with you. Like, that's embarrassing because it's like what we rant and rave about all the way up to Endgame, and I'll even put WandaVision, Loki, and a few other gems from Phase 4 in that. But to sit down with someone and say, oh, bro, watch this. I can't even say, oh, bro, watch this. Like,
right.
No. There's moments from Multiverse of Madness I can say, watch this. There's moments from No Way Home. Well, I love No Way Home. That I can say, watch this. But I'm not showing anybody Moon Knight. I'm not showing anybody Ms. Marvel. It's not that I'm not showing them. I'll put it on, but I'm leaving. I'm not. I sat through it once. I can't sit through it again. I cannot sit through it again. I will never revisit any of those shows, ever.
It's just what's there to rewatch.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's.
Like, Snake Khonshu gets his ass kicked.
He did get his ass beat.
Miss Marvel ends up, I don't know.
Her villains were whack.
Garbage.
Garbage, yeah.
So ass-tastic. Like, fucking, I swear, Bruno was more interesting in that shit.
Yes.
I don't know, bro. It's weird because they have an odd thing for writing the side characters better and then just casting a super good actor for the main character. And then that's like the writing's not even that good. The good part about it, it's just a good ass actor. Like, Moon Knight's writing wasn't that good. It was just Oscar Isaac performing.
Yeah, like Oscar Isaac did that.
Performing as multiple personas. It wasn't. They didn't write it that well. It was literally him bringing it to life. All that. Mm-hmm. The writing from She-Hulk. Not.
I also just didn't like the actress. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say it.
You don't like Tatiana Maslany?
No.
I didn't mind her. I did not.
There was
mind
just
Tatiana.
something like literally just halfway through the first episode, it was, besides the writing, I was just like, I can't do it. There's just something about her that I was like, this is cringing me right now.
Yeah, see, for me, I didn't mind her. It was the writers that I like, Jessica Gao and them. Oh gosh, and the fact that Marvel is entertaining the idea of a season 2 shows you that
Blows my
that
mind.
MCU, whoever the fuck is in charge over there, does not have their ear to the ground. They're not listening to fans. We screamed, "Fuck She-Hulk!" You said season 2.
Yeah.
Nobody's wanting to watch that, bro. Like, we recorded our reaction to episode 9. I didn't edit that shit because I think we cut it off, didn't we? No, we didn't cut it off. We watched the whole thing. But I think at the end of it, we just shit like a colossal, massive, fat ass shit.
Yeah.
On that show.
We ripped it apart.
I was like, I don't want to upload this because all we're doing is shitting on the entire show. Is 9 weeks of my life I will never get back. I will never get that time back. Marvel owes me time.
No, I swear the reason we didn't upload it is because the moment we seen like the "this is Kevin" bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Niggas was done.
Yeah.
Niggas was.
For me, it was when she ended up on the Disney Plus menu. I said, "What the?"
What is
Now
this?
I get it because that's so meta. It's so She-Hulk. It's so her comics, but it wasn't done right. It wasn't done right at all. Like, she went and talked, like Kevin Feige, bro. We talked about this. Kevin Feige didn't even want to do that shit.
Yeah.
He didn't even want to do that
Fuck
shit.
that. The show was ass. Like,
He was-
Scar showing up, ass.
Oh god, I forgot
The
he even
fact,
showed up.
no law aspect. The law writing at the writing of law was ass. Like in the courtroom, nothing.
Yeah, it just
I
Henry's
swear-
pull that feature up.
it just wasn't giving.
Her
It
fight
just wasn't
scenes
giving.
against fucking Titania.
She just wasn't.
Dear
Maybe if
Lord.
it was a different actress, like I would have.
I don't think a comic character has been
Should just be able
deviated
to-
from source material as much as Titania has.
Oh,
in MCU.
oh yeah, bro. I forgot Titania was in it.
Bro, I don't.
That's
I'm
right. The
being
whole
so
wedding
serious.
scene.
Like, I mean, and people want to say the Daredevil stuff was cool, which it was. It was more Daredevil-like in the comics. His suit was cool, but what did the nigga really do? I deadass remember word for word. You like the way that nigga jumped off the building, bro. You said that shit.
I did because it looked good. I was like,
bro, if you're saying that's what you like about the show, the way the niggas doing acrobats off a building, and that's the
good.
best part of one of your I'm guessing they paid that nigga a lot of money for that cameo, because if I'm Charlie Cox, I'm like, I don't really know if I want to be in this.
so is it delayed indefinitely? I thought that's what I saw.
Daredevil?
So
Yeah.
it's not happening.
No, it is.
It is. It's just delayed
No,
indefinitely.
I saw a leak last week that they're name dropping. They said Spider-Man's not in it, but their name Wilson Fisk name drops in his mayor speech.
Now, I'm excited for that. It's a long ways away, but I'm excited
there's
for
things
that.
to be excited for.
Yeah,
that
there's things to be excited for.
We've got Deadpool.
Let me put it this way: there's names to be excited for. We
Right.
don't know that we're excited for it till we
Yeah.
see it.
Exactly.
Like, Secret Invasion in name is great. When you watch it, it's what the fuck.
Right.
So so we're not gonna shit on it anymore. Let's watch the featurette for the Marvels. Let's see what everybody's having to say. Director Brie. I don't know if Feige's in this or not, but let's see what they're saying. You guys, let me know in the chat if you can hear this.
They're saying they can't hear it.
They can't hear it. Okay, hold on. All right. Why can't they hear this? Sorry, guys. Henry's in studio today, so he is fixing this for me. Yeah, y'all know I am not tech savvy like that. But anyway, while he's doing that, are you ready? Okay, I think we're good. You guys let us know if you can hear it.
It gets pretty lonely out here. I need to regain the memories that the Kree took from me.
Auntie Carol!
You are Carol Danvers, the most powerful person I knew. Way before you could shoot fire from your fists.
I get in trouble for that.
I can see that about you.
But what happens when I'm finally set free? I'll be back before you know it. Lieutenant Trouble.
When you left, Mom passed away.
And I got blipped back. They rounded us to investigate earthbound anomalies.
Monica, no!
How you feeling?
Like myself.
Now I can manipulate wavelengths of the electromagnetic spectrum.
I'm very happy for you. Where's our daughter?
Yes, where is Kamala?
Who's Kamala?
Oh my god! Hi.
How do you have this?
My grandma sent it to me in the mail. Have you ever wanted something so bad and it actually happened? But it's not as great as you imagined it.
You want to save the world? Then you're gonna save the world.
Well, now, don't you tell me to stop. You stick around and make it what you want.
What is happening? We switch places whenever we use our powers.
Higher, further,
Faster.
together.
There's that, and then there's this one. Is it the same?
It gets pretty lonely out here. I need to regain the memories that the Kree took from me.
I thought that was a whole ass featurette, but it's not. But that's okay. So that was the first trailer that they put in the featurette there. So I'm guessing they don't care to do a full featurette for this, because typically in the featurette you have the actors, Kevin Feige, the director, behind the scenes stuff. They all talk about. I don't even know if Marvel has faith in this, because that's on their YouTube. It's titled featurette, and that's 2 minutes. So I don't know. I just know that November 10th, come November 10th, we will be there. We're going to sit down and watch. And then, of course, we'll give you guys our thoughts on the Marvels and things like that. I feel like we've kind of summed up our pre-thoughts on the Marvels. But, as always, question is for you guys. So let us know down below in the comments what you guys are thinking of the Marvels. What are you guys thinking? Are you excited for the Marvels? Are you not excited for the Marvels? You think it's going to tank? Do you think that using verbiage like wacky coming off the heels of what is a lackluster MCU is smart for marketing? Because the director said she hopes she's not the only one marketing. I hope you're not either, because, again, using words like wacky, I ain't going to cut it. So let us know down below in the comments what you guys are thinking. Want to jump on some of those really quick?
Jump on some comments. Chill said, Marvel's got to be slick and have it. Iman do press for new comic book. That's the thing. That's like a saving grace in this. The fact that Iman Vennali is
such a Marvel nerd.
And I don't
Likeable.
dislike her at all.
No,
I like.
I
her.
was just about to say.
I wish they did her more justice in the show and everything. And so.
I was just about to say, honestly, out of all three of them, like, don't get me wrong, I'm excited about Monica, but I mean, the show was very childish, which makes sense because she's a teenager, but I continued to watch the show because of her and her dedication to just that character, and I'm very excited to see what she's going to do with it in the next couple of years, because whether we like it or not, these characters stick around for a while, so I'm excited to see her decade in Marvel.
Died in the comics recently. But yeah, she is.
Gray said, does the strike prohibit them from doing promotional marketing for the film?
It prohibits the actors, yes.
Yes.
Now, the director, again, I forget her name, she can.
The strike it prohibits the companies from releasing promos because they can't use the actors' names.
Exactly.
To release shit and make money.
But Brie, Noor, Amon.
Well, if your shit's already done and set in theaters, you can promote it, I'm pretty sure.
You can. Well, yes, because Sholo did promote Blue Beetle.
Yeah, they released a trailer to start, and they were promoting it to start, and then he even came out and said that he's going to support the strike, and so he's not going to be... I don't even think he went to the premiere or anything like that, because I think the premiere dropped during the strike. I might be lying, though.
I just know that just from the most recent quote from the director, she said she hopes she's not the only one promoting. She said she hopes. She said she thinks people are gonna be like, "Where's Bree?" Blah blah blah. So I don't know. We'll see. But like I said, lackluster promotion's not gonna do it any favors.
Kenny said, "I hope they address Endgame in a creative way, if at all."
They address Endgame.
I don't see it happening.
Yeah. I mean, it's such a massive event though in the MCU. Endgame has been mentioned in almost every.
Yeah. True. I mean, as far as the blip,
yeah.
Now Fury blipped away, and now he's some old nigga.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, that's true.
Ant-Man said, "I feel like the strike is going nowhere. Neither side will budge."
Yeah, and that's why I said we don't know how long this is gonna last.
Oh,
some video game people are on strike.
The actors gonna budge eventually. They got to get paid.
No.
That's just the hard reality of it.
Yeah.
Mega said, "Are we not gonna talk the fact kittens will become a big part of this movie?"
Oh yeah, the flirkin. Yeah, they'll all be in it. I mean, there was that new picture that came out with Brie, Captain Marvel flying through space with the flirkin on her shoulder. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm not optimistic about it. I used to be optimistic about the MCU. I used to be like, oh, guys, let's give him time. Give Kevin Feige time. He knows what he's doing. You know, they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. I'm even worried about Loki season 2.
I'm glad you said it.
When I saw Jonathan Majors is in half the episodes, I don't know. I'm not too worried about it. I'm pretty sure everyone's returning. The director's the same. Writers are the same.
I hope.
I don't really have I don't know what the worry would be. If I was Feige, writer's the same, director's the same, I'd do what y'all doing.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure they had season 2 planned out when they did the first one, and all they might have done is gone in and made some tweaks to better. But I don't know. That's just not even me being optimistic. I just don't really have words. I think it's gonna be solid.
I think
that's the one thing we have that we know. I know for sure won't be horrible.
I'm hoping.
Like, even if it's mid, I know it won't be horrible.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that Tom has a lot to say. I mean, he's been with that character for so long at that point.
I mean, I don't know if the leaks and rumors or things are still true, but I mean, the thing about it was we saw that Sylvie was an older version of Sylvie was going to be the villain, so Sylvie's the villain all over again. I mean, I don't really know. I don't really know Victor Timely's whole role. Like you said, he's in half the episodes. How many episodes are there? Are there 9 episodes? If there's, how do you have?
I thought there was 8, maybe 9.
Is there 6? He's only in 3, so I don't know. but yeah,
I'm worried.
Half sounds good.
Honestly, I'm worried. Yeah, I'm worried about Loki.
I was worried about Ahsoka. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I wasn't worried about Ahsoka. I was worried about Ahsoka. Even with it being in Dave's hands, I was worried. And my worry came from the book of Who Gives a Fuck.
My thing is, I'm not...
Snore's Door.
No, I'm not really worried because I've been with Loki the longest. I mean, if this shit's ass and this is how it ends, okay. All right.
That's what I was saying. Like, I'm hoping because
I'm just not worried about it.
Has been with the character for so long. You know what I mean? Like, after a while,
so
they
is
have...
Ruffalo, and that nigga's been getting bent over for the last 4 or 5 years by Marvel.
Bent over. That's funny.
That's a term, all right.
I'm just saying, like, bro, they got that. First, he got his ass beat. Now he's just a poster child for children. Like,
but you know, the director of the 2008 Incredible Hulk came out and said,
yes,
I don't know what they're doing.
No.
That's not the direction we were going.
Right.
So I've said this too. I don't know when Hulk's reverting back to Hulk. They need to make that transition should have been made a long time ago. But if in Phase 5 he's still wearing these beach shirts and passing out tacos,
yeah, bro, and fucking
yeah, like what are we doing?
Yeah.
And that nigga's still wearing fucking. You know how all the NBA hoopers used to wear the fake glasses?
Yeah, wearing those fucking glasses.
I swear that's what he looks like. Shit with those glasses on. But no, it's like. Then they brought Scar. That's what I was talking about earlier. Then they brought Scar, and it's like. No, they both look like shit.
Yeah.
It's not just one of them. They both look like shit. And we're in the era of bad storytelling, so now we're just going to get 2 Hulks that look like shit, and it's bad storytelling. Tragic. Why the fuck I'm going to be excited for Red Hulk?
Right.
Because the actor? Like, no. Not at all.
Yeah. Yeah. No, not at all. It's really not. Okay. Next, we're gonna move here to Deadpool 3. I did see where Omega said my problem with Ahsoka. He said my problem with Ahsoka is that they forced Dave Filoni and or to tie in. Oh yeah. But you know, we knew from Mandalorian that that's where they were going to the sequels. Everything's got to play out to the fucking sequels. Ant-Man 991 said, the more this goes on, the more I want the MCU to get rebooted after Secret Wars. Please bring back T'Challa.
Here.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that once we get to the delays and stuff. But the next thing we'll quickly go to here is going to be not the Marvels. It's Deadpool 3, and we've talked at length about Deadpool 3 before. We're not going to go into the entire plot leak and things that's going on with that. Right now, I think it still stands that it's Magneto and the X-Men from another universe, and because of the events at the end of Deadpool 2, when he was in front of Wolverine and he killed the version of himself, that caused an incursion, or is going to cause an incursion, and so the TVA is now getting involved, and they need his help to prune the timeline that Magneto and the rest of the X-Men are in, and it is the ultimatum run that they are adapting here, where Magneto loses Wanda and Quicksilver, goes crazy, X, Y, and Z. So we're supposed to be seeing that happen in this film, along with a bunch of cameos. And from what I've heard, this film is also going to lead directly into Secret Wars. So I'm assuming we won't see Deadpool again until Secret Wars. Maybe King Dynasty. But there are, like I said, there are 12 Marvel cameos rumored to appear in Deadpool 3, and this is coming from Screen Rant. I know one of the ones that is for sure, I believe, is Jennifer Gardner's Elektra. Elektra is for sure going to be in it. Daphne Keane, we did see here recently, it was this week that they talked about Daphne Keane. Marvel possibly rumored to have reached out to her for her to come back as an older version of X-23. So she may be in Deadpool 3, and I really think she is going to be in Deadpool 3, just because I've said this is one of my most anticipated. I cannot wait to see this one. This one is, I really think, going to be good because it's Ryan Reynolds. He knows what he wants. You're bringing back Hugh Jackman. You got Sir Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart and everybody else coming back for this. This is, I believe, going to be a brilliant film. And then we've got obviously Patrick Stewart coming back as Charles Xavier. Sir Ian McKellen will be reprising his role as Magneto. Elizabeth Olsen, but it is not our Wanda Maximoff. It is 838 Wanda, because she is, I believe, the daughter of Sir Ian McKellen's Magneto in this film. So this Wanda is the daughter, both Wandas are the daughter of Magneto, but Magneto is going to show himself from 838. Channing Tatum, we talked about that one, is rumored to be in it as Gambit. Halle Berry is coming back as Storm. We saw the picture she posted on Instagram where the speculation really ran rampant with her cutting her hair and dyeing it white. We've got, I can never pronounce her name, so we're just going to call her Jean Grey. She's supposed to be coming back as Jean Grey. I believe this is one of the more rumors that holds a little bit more weight, because I can't remember if it was My Time to Shine Hello or the Marvel Studios subreddit that put out that we're supposed to see a massive fight between Wanda and Phoenix. So that'll be pretty dope. James Morrison's coming back as Scott Summers, Cyclops. We've also got, I don't think this one's happening. I for sure Ben Affleck's not happening. I want to say a couple weeks ago, some of these scoopers were tweeting about, nah, that one's off the table. Ben Affleck's not coming back as Daredevil. He might, but I don't know. Wesley Snipes has Blade, so maybe. I don't know the context of why Blade would be in a Deadpool film.
Right.
I just don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think
so.
they throw Blade in this, and they don't even know what the fuck they're doing.
Doing with
their
Blade. Yeah,
the
I don't think they
MCU's
would.
Proper Blade, right?
Right.
You saw Travis Scott wants to do the music for
Yeah.
when he said that, I was thinking to myself, brother, are you sure there is a movie
Yeah.
to do a soundtrack for?
Maybe that nigga was really just trying to help Ali or something. Because
how old is Mahershala Ali currently? Isn't he like in his 40s?
No.
Is it high 40s?
Has to be 60s at this point.
I don't think he's in his 60s. Hey Siri.
Like 50s.
How old is Mahershala Ali?
Mahershala Ali is
Nigga's 49. It's 49. So what I'm saying is,
you finna be in that bitch like Ezra Miller.
yeah, bro. It's just like you. It's just a long. That's a long time to be waiting, to be pushing this off and rewriting this and doing all that shit. And this brother's 49. Julian. Oh, the dude. Is this from the original? Yes. So the dude that played Doctor Doom in the original Fantastic Four is supposed to be in it, and I do believe this one somewhat. I do believe this one because the Fantastic Four, the Fox Fantastic Four, is supposed to be in this as well, and we're supposed to have possibly rumored. This is rumor. I'm talking massive grain of salt rumor. This Doctor Doom, the other Doctor Doom from the terrible Miles Teller Fantastic Four, and the MCU proper Doctor Doom in Secret Wars. It's supposed to have 3 Doctor Dooms taking place in Secret Wars. Do I believe that fully? Not really.
That's a lot.
But we'll definitely see for sure. I forgot who was rumored to had been cast as Doctor Doom a few days ago. I don't remember who that was. I want to say the MCU Direct posted it though. I do believe this one. Taylor Swift is the Dazzler. Kevin Feige, I believe that one. Kevin Feige has wanted Taylor Swift as Dazzler for a long time.
I read multiple already came out and said it's not happening.
Really?
I don't know though.
Like
really?
My Time to Shine, like multiple said as much as may want it and believe it, it's not happening.
We'll see.
We'll
see, because they even interviewed Feige and asked him a few weeks ago about, I saw that on the Direct, asked him about a character that he really wants in the MCU, a film that he really wanted to do, and he said the first film that he wanted to do was Dazzler. He said, I'm so excited because I want Dazzler in the MCU, blah, 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 blah. And we know that they've always wanted Taylor Swift. Now, is she going to be it? Maybe not, maybe yes. She does have her little concert. I'm not a Swiftie, so she has her concert film coming out.
Up, yeah.
Or is it out? I think it's out. Yeah, I think it's out, because I heard them saying something about it's doing great numbers. This bitch can't lose. So if she is Dazzler,
that's why they want her.
Yeah, she can't lose, bro. Like
right.
She just can't.
That's why Feige can't wait. Nigga need a W.
But she could possibly show up as Dazzler in Deadpool 3. We know that. Why am I blanking on brother's name? Also, Skis, Loki. Mobius, Lord, that Mobius, Owen Wilson is going to be in it. We know that rumored to be Kid Deadpool is supposed to be in it as well. What's the little boy that played in the movie with Ryan Reynolds, the time traveling movie where he?
I don't know, but
the one that's on Netflix.
That one more than Dazzler, because Ryan Reynolds tweeted about it and shit.
I know who you're talking about.
He's probably playing Kidpool.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
I forget who's playing Lady Deadpool or who was rumored to be playing Lady Deadpool. But yeah, I mean, those are some of the things going on with Deadpool 3. Like I said, it's on my most anticipated list. I'm really ready to see Deadpool 3 from the set photo leaks that came out. They just recently interviewed Sean Levy, and he was saying how they went through. One of the comments was something I was thinking, because he said we went through great lengths to not use to only use practical sets, not to use built sets, not to use all that stuff. And I'm thinking, so somebody in the comments said, so what bro is saying is they filmed the movie like they used to film movies back in the day. And I'm like, honestly, that's just what he's saying. But I do like that. I like that they're not using the volume and all that kind of stuff like that. I'm be honest with you, I love Ashoka, but them in the forest, that volume shows. It shows. Ashoka looks like a green screened background. So I like the fact that it's using practical sets and not the whole volume thing. But we'll see what Deadpool is going to be like.
Only thing I worry about is the pacing of it. We know they're not going to get that much time on it, because if it's too long of a movie, it's just going to feel dragged out, and you have to kind of add in stuff to make it feel like that 3-hour mark or whatever, even that 2 and a half. I mean, I'm fine with 2 to 15, 2.5, but once you get past that, it's like you're starting to stretch it. But I don't know. I'm just worried about the pace of it, because we know they're wanting to tell multiple stories in the movie, even though we know what the main plot of it is. We know the main thing is Deadpool incursion, whatever they're doing, because Wanda went and killed everyone, and now they want their revenge, basically. Yada this, yada that. But at the end of the day, they're going to have the stories on the side, like you said, where they're bringing all these cameos in. And they're not just going to bring these cameos in, at least in my opinion, how they did in Multiverse of Madness, where it's this 30-second thing and then they're dying. I think they're actually wanting to have an actual plot with these people they bring in to actually, because the cameos they're bringing in are actually meaningful to Deadpool's stories and what they're trying to do to advance it into Secret Wars. And the reason I said I'm worried about pace is because, like we've said, me and you talked about they're wanting to do Time Runs Out for Doctor Strange 3.
Right.
So if you're wanting this to lead right into Secret Wars, I'm not seeing how that pacing and timing is working out, not just in this movie, but just for the whole storyline, because we know this is also Deadpool's first movie in the MCU,
right?
And so it's not like he's an established character in the MCU with a storyline, like, so it's a little bit to worry about, but not in terms of entertainment or anything like that. Like, if I'm going strictly for entertainment, I'm sure it'll be a 10, sure I'm gonna love it. But just when you think of the little things and shit we have to fucking talk about, a little bit to worry about.
Yeah. I'll tell you this too. I didn't say this, but this is coming from the Marvel Studios subreddit. A couple other YouTubers have talked about this as well. I don't know if this is true. I don't know if I really believe it either. Do you know who? Hugh Jackman is supposed to be the MCU's Wolverine. That's what they're saying. They're saying after this, he is still going to be Wolverine. And I'm like, what? Why?
I heard what's his name? Daniel Rad. Who were they trying to get to play Wolverine at first?
Oh, what's his name from
Harry Potter?
No.
Daniel
Daniel Radcliffe? Fuck no. You're talking about the dude from
I heard that he's in Deadpool.
The dude from what's that?
Whatever the first dude that we heard they were casting as our Wolverine. Is his name Daniel something?
I know who you're talking about. No, it's not not Daniel Radcliffe. Not Daniel Radcliffe. It is it's the dude from what is those fucking movies where he's a spy?
I know I'm not tripping.
No, I know who you're talking about. He's He's a something men. The Taron Egerton. That's his name. Thank you, Taron Egerton. Not Taron Egerton.
I don't think. I mean, Hugh Jackman probably is staying, but that shit is not.
But why would they want
safe.
him to stay as
That shit's not safe.
Wolverine?
I thought the whole point of
I'm not trying to be the downer, but
Logan was to retire.
His skin condition is just. I don't know.
What's his skin condition?
He has skin cancer.
Oh, that's sad.
That's why they're doing the long sleeves.
Oh,
to protect him from radiation and stuff.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, that's why he doesn't just have the thing. That's why it's fully sleeved and stuff, and he's out there in fucking long sleeve legs and everything. Yeah, no, and so it's just I don't see why. One, that like Logan's director said, that nigga's story is done. Like, what more do we really want to? We've all been saying we want the short, angry as fuck, comic accurate, and Hugh is good as Wolverine and everything, but it's just this is starting to feel like the T'Challa thing. Like, why are we holding one man to one role?
Right.
I don't. As much as I love it, I don't want to see Hugh Jackman.
I don't want to see Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
When I turn, I don't want Hugh Jackman to die as Wolverine.
I think he's great Wolverine, but I agree.
That's just what I'm
see
saying.
in
I don't
MCU,
want that nigga to die as Wolverine.
He doesn't need to be the MCU proper Wolverine. Like, having him come back in Deadpool, Secret Wars, and Kang Dynasty, great. Do that. But to continue on after having him be the Wolverine in the X-Men that we meet, I don't get it. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. I thought this was supposed to be the swan song goodbye to them.
Right.
Literally, that's what I thought it was. The outro for the
I thought that's what it was.
Doing right by the Fox universes, shitting on these characters and just giving them something to bring them back together and have a good memory with.
Yeah.
And get paid a little bit because. Hopefully it does well. It should just because of the name, but shit, the way they've been acting, you never know. And so it's just like, I don't know why I don't know.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't mind Taron as, because it's from the Kingsman,
I heard
and I like those
another
movies.
Like, I've heard there's multiple Wolverines in it.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, there are multiple Wolverines in it.
But I wouldn't be mad as if Taron did
So I read that Taron
Wolverine.
got cast. Yeah, multiple Deadpools, you know, shit's Ryan Reynolds.
I mean, like I said, there are things I do want to see. It's still my most anticipated film that for the MCU right now. But as far as, like I said, Hugh Jackman continuing on and things like that, that just seems a little bit weird to me. I don't get that, but. You know, I think that film is going to be a really, really good one. Ryan Reynolds, we know Deadpool.
I know I'm walking there and have a good time.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely gonna have a good time.
But I definitely agree with Q. I hope that because it's supposed to be a very action anticipated movie, so I hope it's just not rushed. Like, these stories and these characters that are being thrown into this movie is not rushed.
That
over
and it's a Ryan
action.
Reynolds movie. I don't want to spend more time with all the other fucking cameos. I still want the Deadpool movie. I still want him commanding the screen with all the fucking quippy jokes and everything. As much as the cameos are there, I want their story to be there and I want time with them, but I don't want to feel like I walked into Multiverse of Madness and watched a Wanda movie.
Right.
I don't want to feel that again. That's just... shit's annoying.
Yeah. 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 I don't know. Like I said, for me personally, I'm just ready for it. I'm especially for if the Ultimatum run is done, adapted somewhat correctly. And with Ryan Reynolds, I don't think that it's not going to be. I look at Ryan Reynolds the way I look at Dave. Dave, I knew Dave was going to take care of the character he loves, and that is Ashoka. He created that character. Him and George created that character together. Obviously, Ryan Reynolds did not create Deadpool, but he has some type of ownership over Deadpool. He is Deadpool. I mean, he took a character that we never thought we'd see in the MCU. He also, you know, petitioned for Hugh Jackman to be in, and he finally got that. We knew he was never doing the MCU unless it was going to be rated R. So he knows what he wants. He knows what he wants to show everyone. So I think that it's going to be. I agree with you on the pacing and things, especially if it's going into Secret Wars. Like, how do you do that and have all these cameos and
just
things like that?
connecting his first movie into your timeline, and then also connecting that into what is supposed to be your biggest movie in the timeline.
Right. It's just like
Bit of worries.
a lot of worries, especially
while you're
since
doing
what we're
some
getting.
rescheduling and stuff.
Yeah.
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 And just like what we're getting from the MCU in general right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
But keeping up with the MCU, again, that's the things for Deadpool there, but keeping up with the MCU is obviously Loki Season 2 comes out October 6th, 3rd, one of those. So in a couple, like, what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? 3 weeks it comes out. We're going to be reacting to Loki, not live. We're going to go back to our old reactions because we got our new computer, so we're going to go back to the old reactions to where they're actually getting edited. So we're going to react to those, and then that'll be edited and be out for you guys. But one of the things that they're saying there, before we get into that, before we get into the MCU, what the MCU Direct had to say, let's watch the most recent trailer and footage from Loki, and we'll give our thoughts after it.
What I'm about to tell you is going to be hard to believe again. I've been pulled through time between the past and the present and the future.
Everything is turning to
That's right.
Don't overthink it.
Round and around and around we go. All right. Again.
Like I said, I loved Loki Season 1. I loved Loki Season 1. Absolutely adored it.
So good.
I am ready for Loki Season 2. Again, like I said, I do have my worries for Loki Season 2, but I'm ready for Loki Season 2. I'm ready to see what role Victor Timely is truly playing in this. All of that. I believe the expo that he is, I think the expo that he is showing his tech off at is the same expo. It's the Stark Expo.
Yeah.
I believe. Because the Synthetic Man was there at the Stark Expo, and I believe that there's some correlation connections there with Loki Season 2 and Victor's whole presentation and everything like that. But this, I'll move over to the direct here, what they were saying. Let me see. What the direct, oops. Oh, Henry fixed that. Sorry. The first, this is coming from the direct. This is the first footage of Loki Season 2 opening scene released. And they said a look at the opening 10 minutes of Disney Plus's Loki Season 2 was shown to attendants at the Destination D23. Marvel Studios' most viewed Disney Plus series was none other than Loki Season 1, which arrived back in 2021. So naturally, the hype for the Asgardian trickster second solo outing is reaching peak levels. Loki Season 2 arrives in early October, and the marketing for the series has shown an exciting ramp through time and space, and its titular character leaps uncontrollably through different eras and perhaps universes. I know one of the things that people noticed right off the bat when the trailer first dropped, the very first trailer, was that him getting pulled from place to place like that, him glitching like that, it's very similar to obviously Across the Spider-Verse and the glitching that Miles was doing and things like that. And if I don't know if it's just a coincidence, I don't know if the MCU, Kevin Feige and company are having these conversations with Lord and Miller over there at Sony, but if that is taking place and that connection's there, that's that shit I do like. I do like when you are connecting several different properties all
together.
To one.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to be. That's why
point.
we have the cinematic universe. So if that is what they're doing, and we're getting the whole glitching thing, and it's the same as the glitching that's going on across the Spider-Verse, again, I do like that, because that means that connection is there. That means Miles is there. We already saw the Prowler. And that was confirmed that it is Danny, the same Prowler from or Miles' uncle from Homecoming. Was it Homecoming?
Yeah, Homecoming. Yeah.
Homecoming. It's the same guy. So I like that connection. I hope that remains the same. Then it says description of Loki season 2's opening scene. Well, we just watched it, so we're not going to read the description. It says what else can fans expect from Loki? It says with the hotly anticipation MCU series less than a month away, what does season 2 hold for Loki and company apart from the aforementioned time slipping? The season will also deal with the dangerous Kang variant known as Victor Timely. Jonathan Majors, who plays Kang, and his mini variants in the MCU, is currently facing trial. Why are we talking about this? For assault charges. But the actor will still appear in roughly half of Loki's 6-episode second season. Beyond that, the show will check on Sophia DiMartino's Sylvie after she plunged her sword into He Who Remains Just, killing him and fracturing the sacred timeline as seen in the first season's finale. Audiences can obviously also expect Loki to further the arc of its other lead characters such as Mobius, Hunter B-15, and of course Loki himself. Marvel Studios' Loki Season 2 will drop Disney Plus October 6th. Like I said, I'm interested to see the Victor Timely stuff. One thing they didn't mention was Ravonna. Like, is she not one of the main? I feel like she was a main in season 1. Yeah. Is she not a main in season 2? You know, she said at the end of season 1, she's off to find what? Destiny? Mm-hmm. Was that it? Was that what she said?
Something like that.
But I'm interested to know where she's doing. More than anything, though, I want to know what Hunter B-15 is thinking, because she was the one that had her memories as a what are they? Someone that works at the CVA agent back to her from Sylvie. So I'm really interested to see where she is, her journey, what is she thinking? Like, is she maybe she's on Loki's side at this point, but you know, the Hunter B-15 and Mobius that Loki sees at the end of Loki season 1 is not, and we all know this, is not the same Hunter B-15 and Mobius that he spent majority of the season with.
Right.
So this is all new territory for Loki. He's, like he said, let's do this again. Let's explain this again. So he's having to explain the events of everything that's happened in season 1 all over again. He's going to have to get Mobius, this version of Mobius, to
be back on his side
and trust what he's saying. Yeah. So, like I said, my worry for Loki season 2 is nothing like with. I can't pinpoint what my worry is. I can't say, oh, I'm worried about this, or I'm worried about that. The worry just comes because of
what we've been getting.
It's the writing.
Yeah, like
that's it.
But that's why I'm not worried, because it's the same writers from the first season. Only thing I'm worried about is, like you said, are we going to get the same story over?
Right.
How are they switching it up? But that's my thing. I don't think it's going to be the same in the sense, because I think this is something that they know connects to the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Like you said, even if they didn't intentionally connect it to the Spider-Verse, they know the glitching like that is basically the same thing and everything. Yeah. And at the same time, it's like they know they have to tell the story with Majors. So it's like, why not connect it to something in the future? Because I don't think there's going to be a season 3. I don't think you're going to keep dropping these 6 episodes.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think they will.
It just doesn't make sense. And so I think this is the last of the TV show, and so we'll have to see him in a movie next. And whether that's Kang's Dynasty, Secret Wars, I don't know what we'll see Loki in or Hiddleston
Kang
in.
Dynasty.
I would say
but
so.
It's just the fact that we can't keep doing the TV shows. And so I think the writers know they're not getting the movie. Well, I don't have worries. That's just me, though. I don't think they're going to fuck it all.
At this point, I have more faith in Tom and this whole entire project than anything else, just because, as we know, he's been with this character for so long, and I feel like he has such a say
He does.
You know what I mean? I don't think he's gonna just.
I won't say that has a
disappoint.
fact because fucking Love and Thunder was fucking garbage. Thor's been Thor for a minute. That shit was
That's true too.
shit.
But we
That is
also
true,
have
too.
RDJ and, you know, like all these, whether it went right or wrong, you know what I
Shit,
mean?
if they
these
didn't kill
people-
Iron Man, I couldn't tell you that nigga's story wouldn't be shit right
Oh,
now.
I hate Iron Man. Which one is it with? Is Iron Man 3? I hate Iron Man 3.
Yeah, Iron Man 3 was not
Iron Man
good.
3
That
fan.
I didn't understand that one. And
That's what I'm
obsessed
saying.
with Iron Man,
If
but
they
Iron
didn't
Man 3 was
Bro,
not.
and that's what I'm actually start. Doctor Strange story is shit. He's been Doctor Strange for a minute. Paul Rudd's story is shit. He's been Ant-Man for a minute. All the main Anthony Mackie,
Jesus.
whatever story you want to pinpoint him to, it's not been very good.
Either way, I don't think Tom is gonna let this one disappoint.
It's not about, and that's the thing. It's not even about him letting it. It's about them letting him down, because that's what all the directors, writers, they tell us. This is, what did they say for Ant-Man? First, what did they say for Ant-Man? This is the biggest movie. This is gonna be one of the most pivotal points in the MCU. And I sat down and watched this nigga turn to spaghetti. Like, I watched Ant-Man turn to a million of himself and climb up himself to reach up to fucking the Wasp's hand and grab it.
Yeah,
Like-
I tried to. I sent you a snap, didn't I? Because I tried to rewatch it. I was high as fuck one night, and I was like, you know what? I just want to see Kang. I was like, I just want to see Kang. When I tell you, I literally skipped all the way until Kang came in, and even the skips, the movie still sucked. It still sucked. I skipped all the way till Kang came in, and I was like, I fell asleep. I did. I fell asleep. That's right. I fell asleep because I woke up to the Roku robot destroying the Roku city.
Yeah,
because I was like, oh shit, I missed the whole movie.
No, it's so, like, it's definitely not about Tom not being Loki. I don't have any. We're gonna like Loki. It's gonna be entertaining from being entertained by Tom and everything like that. But I'm worried connecting the Majors part, connecting Victor Timely to He Who Remains into, so that past story's already a thing. Then connecting that shit into Secret Wars, and then connecting. Well, Kang. I always forget we have Kang's Dynasty. It's not just going in this. I don't know what the fuck that shit's. I'm sure there's been leaks about it, but I don't see the point of it. We might as well go ahead and say we're doing Secret Wars in 2-3 parts. Get rid of this Kang's Dynasty bullshit, because the way it's set up right now for Kang's Dynasty and the Secret Wars being one movie, not gonna work.
Well, there's a rumor that, and I don't know that I believe this, but they're supposed to be doing some Battle World stuff in between Kang Dynasty and, there's also which I also don't think this is happening either, especially with Jonathan Majors. Even though he's innocent, I don't care what anybody in the chat thinks or because I saw some people on the MCU Direct commenting on his picture that they posted of him talking about, I find it so sad that this and this and that, blah blah blah, all this kind of stuff. You know how people like to do. And you can assume what people means when I say people.
What do you mean, you people?
But he's innocent and all that kind of stuff. So it's funny though, because they were supposed to do that special, the Nathaniel Richards special, where they were going to have Kang, where it's going to show who Kang is. I don't think they're doing that no more. I don't think they're going to do that because you still got people in the comments of MCU Direct saying the shit they're saying about it. Like, people aren't supportive of Jonathan Majors like that. There's just not a whole lot of support out there for Jonathan Majors. I support Jonathan Majors because I stand on the belief of innocent until proven guilty. And as I talked on the Dre Mack show with him and Chill last week,
That nigga was not proven guilty. Innocent.
There's nothing. So it's a witch hunt. I've said this on Twitter. It's a witch hunt. It's the same witch hunt that they're putting toward, and I can't even believe I'm having to say this, MJ. Why would you reopen MJ's case? Because it's a witch hunt.
Right.
That's all it is. It's you trying to destroy someone's reputation, destroy someone's character, destroy everything that this person is built on. That they built. You look at everything that Jonathan Majors has built. Remember when we were all saying, "I want what was it after? Was it after what's the next? The Harder They Fall? Not even The Harder They Fall. What's the Alien movie or the Alien show he was in on HBO Max? Country, whatever the fuck. I didn't watch it. Lovecraft Country.
Yeah.
Lovecraft Country. Everybody was saying the exact same things about Jonathan Majors. Watch him. He's on the rise. He's on the rise. He's on the rise. He's going to be the next this. He's going to be the next that. And then he got the job as King the Conqueror in the MCU, and everybody was like, there it is, blah, blah, blah. Then he had the commercial with the contracted commercial or whatever he'd had with the Army or the Marines or whatever it was. There was the movie he did where he was the pilot. I didn't see it, but there was that movie. There was all these different things. There's Creed. All these different things were going in Jonathan Majors' way, or they were going his way. But then you got somebody, again, everything that happened with the whole allegations and all that stuff. Now you've taken this man who was here and you've knocked him down to here. Why? Because it's a fucking witch hunt.
Right.
That's what it is. And I'm gonna say it every fucking time, and I really don't. Just again, I said this on Twitter. New look, new time, all that. Same me.
Yeah.
Same me. I'm still the exact same, and I'm saying this. I said this on Twitter, and I'm saying it again. The only reason it's a witch hunt is because of the brother's skin color.
Right.
You know, I look at to kind of give a little insight on the thing I was talking about at the beginning when I was trying to talk about my week or my past 2 months at work. When I said I almost quite literally died, and I was doing the route, an 18-wheeler cut in front of me, and we were crossing a bridge, and I had to slam my brakes because I almost, you know how they have the railing on the bridges that's like concrete. I almost like went head first into that concrete. I had to slam on my brakes. It turned into a whole thing. Like I'm telling the dude pull over and all this stuff. Like I'm sped up and got next to him, telling him to pull over and all this stuff because he don't, like I was hot, bruh. And so, because that's my life. Get back to work, and people telling me, oh, well, you could have handled it better. What about the people around you? Did you think about that and this and that, blah, blah, blah?
No, because my life.
Exactly. No,
because
my
fucking life.
Now,
like...
let's fast forward a little bit, or rewind a little bit to a couple weeks prior to me almost losing my life at the job. I had to go off on a different supervisor at my job, a supervisor that thought he was going to come and supervise me. No, you're not going to do that. So we got into a big argument, and it was a whole thing. I got praised for that by people at the lab. Why? Because it fit into their agenda.
Right.
It was someone that they didn't like. They don't like that. I'm not going to say his name. They don't like that individual. So when I cussed him out, everyone praised me.
Right.
But I got a little too loud in my black suit when my life was almost taken.
Right.
And because I got a little too loud in my black suit, the narrative changed. Your agenda changed. You're no longer applauding me. You're now looking at me talking about some damn, did you think about the people around you? Did you this or that, blah, blah, blah. Whenever we act out or have a moment or something like that in our black suits, we get looked at as angry or from what my job was saying to me, maybe I needed to be drug tested because that's not normal behavior, what they told me. So, you look at the things going on with Jonathan Majors, and it is because of the brother's skin color that the witch hunt is happening the way that it is. Because you look at, what's the dude's name? I don't even know what is he at. WWE? I don't watch that shit. UFC? What's the motherfucker's name that beat his wife? What's his name?
I mean, Dana White slapped his wife.
Yeah.
Slapped his wife. There you go. There were people that were somewhat loud about it, but
No.
I do believe that got swept under the rug, did it not?
It did.
Okay, that's what I thought. And you look at the difference here. You look at him. You look at Jonathan Majors.
He is the owner of a public.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't know that. I don't know the man's background, but you know, he's the owner of what?
He owns UFC.
Oh, well, there you go. So he's the owner of the UFC. Slaps the dog shit out his wife. I don't know if it's a dog
and
shit.
a couple. No, he slapped
Okay,
her
so he
pretty good. And
slapped
a couple
fire out of
months
his
later,
wife.
partnership with WWE. They combined now.
Yeah, I saw that to be TKO or whatever the fuck. Somebody said it's like Star Wars merging with
Nigga
Spaceballs.
Chill said lucky he wasn't Dana Black.
Because that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying, bro. Like, you can't climb too high.
Right.
You can't climb too high. Because when you start to climb too high, they got to remind you of who you are and where you come from. And I know there might be some people thinking, oh, here we go with this stuff again, playing the card. It's not a card to play. It's a card that's just shown. It's front and center. If you don't see that card, it's because your veiled privilege allows for you not to see that card.
Shit.
Right.
But that card is real.
It's a card to play because the card's in the deck. The card
Constantly.
It's 4 of them. The card is the deck.
Yeah.
Card
It's the
of
whole
life.
fucking deck.
Shit, if you, I'm not trying to play the card, but that's the way life is set up. You look at everything. There's a reason. Never mind.
Yeah.
we not even gonna get into it.
Yeah. So it's like I said, it's a witch hunt. I don't even know what I said to make me get on them.
We were talking about Loki season 2 and then Jonathan Majors and
Yeah, everything that he's supposed to be doing in the show. There were new looks for him. Like I said, he's expected to be in half of them. So if there's 6 episodes, he's going to be in 3 of them. And yeah, we'll see. And also, well, I'll get to that when we get to that part. But yeah, I mean that's what's going on with Loki season 2 that we know of right now. We know that we've seen a lot of set photos and things like that. We somewhat do know. I talked about the plot leak a while ago with you guys, with the time looms and everything like that, and how it's going to be used and all of those different things. I still am excited for Loki. It is in a couple of weeks, and I'm glad because it's going to give us something else to watch and look forward to every week. But you know, as always, questions for you guys. Let us know down below in the comments what you guys are thinking about Loki. Are you guys excited for Loki? Are you one of the ones that's like, judging off of the way the MCU's been going, I don't know. But you guys let us know down below in the comments what you guys are thinking. Move here to the Marvel delays, and we're gonna get to the comments. We're gonna get with everyone, but I want to get through this. Henry, will you pull up that for the Marvel delays? All right, so Marvel for Phase 5, they have delayed 7 MCU shows, and the shows that have been delayed here, Echo, and honestly, if they just wanna completely remove Echo, let me put it this way, I think it would behoove Marvel to completely remove Echo, and the reason I say that. Listen, they're dropping all the episodes at once. They know no one's watching this week to week. The only way we can possibly get people interested to watch this is if we drop all the episodes so they can just binge the shit. That's the only way you can and you can tell me, some people might be like, oh no, no, it's not. It's not. People don't know who the fuck Echo is. Nobody knew who Echo was when she showed up in Hawkeye. Like, no one cares about Echo. No one cares about Echo, bro. Like, no one. Like, the whole... Let me know, actually. Chat. Do any of you guys care about Echo? Like, put a 1 in the chat if you care about Echo. Like, are you anticipating this show? Are you anticipating... Like, are you waiting, crossing your fingers, hoping to God, praying for week-to-week episode... Or not week-to-week episodes, but this whole... For them to just drop Echo and you guys just binge that? I'm not... I'm not watching Echo. I'm not. I've said this a while ago. I have zero desire in Echo. I have zero desire to watch Echo. I don't give a fuck about how it furthers the MCU because I was uninterested in the character when you put her in Hawkeye. Obviously, I know Echo from the comics and things like that, but when you brought her into the MCU, it wasn't interesting enough for me. So I don't really care to watch Echo. Yeah, Daredevil's going to be in it, and that's all fine and dandy. Yes, Wilson Fisk is going to be in it, and that's all fine and dandy. I'll watch them in Daredevil show. And yeah, I know she's probably gonna show up in Daredevil show. She probably will, but it's not gonna be it's not centered around Echo. I just don't want to watch a centered around Echo show. I don't care. I don't care. But you guys' thoughts? Maybe you guys do care. Are you guys gonna be tuning into Echo?
I mean, I just don't. I don't care because of the way they've structured and written their shows. The fact that maybe if every show they released was good, I'd be like, okay, I'd give it a chance. Because my thought process is that's why you bring these characters to the screen, is you either see if people like them or they don't like them. I mean, obviously they brought Echo in. Wasn't a very loud introduction. I don't know why they did that in Hawkeye, because they told us, like I told you, like they said in Ant-Man, that was going to be the biggest movie. They told us Hawkeye was going to be the biggest TV show of the year. They said that in the literal trailer. They said that Hawkeye was the biggest point of the MC. I swear to God, I can't remember word for word, but they were promoting that shit like something world-changing was about to happen in Hawkeye. And so that's why it might have been so disappointing.
Remember Hawkeye.
I'm saying that's why it might have been so disappointing, because they were promoting that shit like it was W. But back to what I'm saying is, I feel like that's why you bring characters to the screen, is we either like them or we don't. And so, I mean, there is the aspect of the deaf representation and all that I'm not going to, there's that. And so, I mean,
okay.
That's why you, in my opinion, that's why you do it. Because let's say they had good writers and they were actually doing everything well, who's to say it wouldn't be bad? It's not, I don't know. That's just the way I look at it.
I mean, but we could say that for every show if they had the writers.
But
if they had the writers for Loki, or not Loki, She-Hulk. If they had the writers for Moon Knight.
But if they had the writers for all those shows, would you not be a little more interested for this one? That's what I'm trying to say.
But if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas.
Right.
But that's not the case.
I just don't.
And I'm not saying that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, maybe if they had all the writers for those shows in the past, then maybe we would be a little more excited for this.
Maybe.
But due to the fact of every show has sucked outside of Loki and WandaVision, why? And like you said, her introduction was nothing. Why would we be excited for this? It's not even the Echo character in the sense. It's the fact that, one, nobody really cares about the Echo character in the MCU like that. And two, we don't care about TV shows like that. It's both of them.
It's definitely Disney Plus. Marvel has to get away from these Disney Plus shows. They have to get away from this shit.
Marvel is the only company I've seen release 6-episode series continuously. I've never seen a successful TV show that seasons are 6 episodes, 30 minutes, unless it's like fucking SpongeBob or fucking Rick and Morty or no live action TV show's ever done that, I don't think. Unless you're like a sitcom,
a limited series type deal, but yeah. I mean, you only typically see those on Netflix, so it's just like, Echo.
I think I would watch it just for the storyline.
Well, you fill me in when we come in here on Wednesdays.
I mean, I don't mind. I think. I mean, not really necessarily like hers, just everyone that she's involved in. I think this, I agree with you guys. I don't see the reason for it, but they're doing it for a reason. So I'm more excited about Daredevil and
Okay, you know what?
Fisk.
Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna watch the first episode.
No.
If it doesn't
because
draw
here's
me,
what I'm telling you now. Why does Echo need a series?
Honestly,
Echo's
it's just
story
Disney
is
just
something
trying
that
to
can be
check.
told in Daredevil.
It could.
Echo's story, like,
it could have been told in Hawkeye.
But fuck Hawkeye. If you really wanted Echo to mean, if you really wanted Echo to mean something, you know your fans are anticipating Daredevil. We know Daredevil is not going to be bad. It might be not as good as what we want it to be, but it shouldn't be horrible like the rest of it. It's 18 episodes. We should find something in there that we like. If they really cared about Echo, they'd find a way to tell her story's not that long in the comics. I swear and that's not hating on her, but she's not
it's
that
really
impactful
not.
of a
It's
character.
not. No, this is
literally-
just Disney trying to.
Her dad is killed by Fisk, raised her, then she finds out, falls in love with Daredevil, That's it. She mimics other people's fighting styles. It's not like she's this big celebratory hero and everything that they're trying to make it. I know I brought up the deaf representation, and that's cool to have and everything, but like we always talk about, don't make a character put on a bigger pedestal than what they actually deserve to be and make them something they're not and shit like that, because at the end that's just going to make us, wow, we really, really don't like him now. Like,
Oh, I don't.
Right. I think this is just Disney trying to check all the inclusive boxes because she's deaf and she's Native American and
I'll tell you
she's a woman.
I'll tell you who I want to feel included. Us niggas.
You know what I mean? I think I think this is
Sam
more
is our representation. God damn.
And this is a lot of things have changed over in the Marvel world, you know, like we know that Kevin Feige's back in position that he was before, and we know that Bob Iger's back. We know that there's delays because of the strike and because I'm assuming they've looked back on these last two phases and was like, absolutely the fuck not, and we need to reboot, revamp, do whatever to get our fans back on track. So I feel like they've already put in too much work into this series for them to just be like, okay, no, we're going to completely drop it. So fuck it, let's just drop all six episodes.
Yeah, you know, and that what you said about Iger, you know, we might have all jumped the gun on Iger being back. You know, we were all, well, I don't want to say we all. I don't know how everybody was. I know I was. I was like, yeah,
Shit, I might have
Bob
been wrong
Iger's
on
back.
shit not being Kevin Feige's fault. He's been there. Shit's
has
been
been
going
there.
on while he's there.
He is there, and Iger, you know, it was Iger's idea to do these Disney Plus shows before he left, and then Chapek continued that out. But then he's now saying whatever the shit he was saying about the shows and things like that. Yeah, it's
just a whole mess.
It is
Hollywood's a mess. Disney's, everything's a mess. So I'm not surprised that we're getting messy, stupid shit.
Yeah. The next on that list is What If Season 2. And as I said with What If Season 1, what if you did something different, saved your money?
I don't even think I finished all of What If
watched
Season 1.
certain episodes.
Like, I didn't, like, it was alright, but it wasn't something that I was drawn to.
Yeah, no, I watched Doctor Strange's episode, the zombie episode, and the last episode. That's it. I haven't seen the others. Don't know them. X-Men 97. I am looking forward to this because I adored the damn show, the original 90s show. So I am looking forward to this. And it is picking up exactly where it left off with the show, the original show. So
that's dope.
Yeah, I am really looking forward to this. And everybody's back, same voice actors, everything like that. We've seen pictures from the it looks dope. It looks good. So I'm excited for this. Ironheart, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not.
I don't understand.
I don't care.
Next.
Yeah.
I honestly rather see Morgan step into that role.
Who?
Isn't that the...
Oh, yeah, his daughter.
Yeah. I'd rather see Morgan or Pepper step into that role or just give us a whole, I don't know. I'm not feeling the Ironheart. I think just the way they introduced her in the movie We Shall Not Name, yeah,
I just don't care.
I think I like her better in the comics than I would.
I don't care. I don't care because there's a lot of confusion for me. Why is the Hood the villain? Not only that, why is the Hood working for Mephisto? I guess these questions will be answered. Mephisto bought Avengers Tower, and so Mephisto's not going to be in his regular form. He's going to be in his, basically like Lucifer the show,
right, in
that form. And then on top of that, like I said, for me personally, yeah, Dominic Thorne is great. Just get fine. Ironheart for me,
I just think they need to set her up more. If they're gonna do this, this is not the time. You know what I mean? Like because the way they already introduced her, and then, you know what I mean? She was like in maybe 45 minutes of that movie, and then now all of a sudden she's getting her own show. Like we learned the very basics of her.
Yeah.
Like I don't see the reason for.
Yeah, I'm not. It is what it is. Will I watch Ironheart? Probably, maybe. For Mephisto, I do want to see that. But you take away Mephisto, and I probably don't watch.
Yeah.
Agatha, Coven of renamed
Agatha.
Darkhold Diaries.
I'm ready.
I was. You guys all know that.
I'm
Official
so
Mia
ready.
G, Official Liam G, and a few others in the chat and myself were the only ones, really anticipating Agatha. I was until the newest leaks came out. I'm not. They've created their own character, MCU character, the Green Witch, which is going to be played by Aubrey Plaza. She's going to have her own coven. She's supposed to be the strongest witch in the MCU. Don't shoot the messenger.
Oh.
Yes, that is stronger than Wanda. Doesn't make sense to me.
Well, that just made
She
me
is going to
disappointed.
have a past lesbian relationship with Aubrey Plaza's The Green Witch. What else do we know about it?
I don't like this for us anymore.
I forget that whole plot leak because that was maybe a month or so ago. Because I don't care.
No. That and because the shit fucking sucked.
Yeah, it sucked.
It started so strong.
It did. I was really y'all know I was looking forward to this. I could not wait for this because I love witchcraft in general. So I could not wait
I
for
love
this.
I love lesbians. Shit.
But after the new leaks, keep it. Now, Catherine Hahn, I love Catherine Hahn. And I love Agatha and Wanda, bruh. Like, that whole turn at the end when she has the boys by the neck on the string and she's like, I know what you are. Bruh, I have rewatched WandaVision so many times. That shit was great. That's great. And so I don't think it's going to be like that. But she's great as Agatha. Next on there is Daredevil Born Again. We talked about this earlier. We're looking forward to that. That's 18 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's coming in. Will not premiere until 2025. Wonder Man. No, we've talked about it. Yahya Abdul-Mateen is playing Wonder Man, and I'm not going to go into that whole thing because we've talked about that. It's
not necessary.
Not necessary to do the race swapping, but they're doing it. Oh, is that it? Okay. So just those ones there. And this is now coming out when? Oh, they don't even have a date for this. No, but it was in the middle of production when it was shut down due to the strikes. Okay. So, yeah. Coven of Dark Diaries, or Darkhold Diaries is now coming out.
Nigga read that shit like a diary of a wimpy.
Coming out fall 2024. Ironheart is fall 2023. Unfortunately, X-Men 97 has been moved back to early 2024.
I'm not even trying to sound like that hating ass thing, but all these shows just...
That's what's coming. That's what you got to look forward to in the MCU right now.
I'm hoping after these we can just be done with the shows.
Yeah. And
well, shit, with the delay, this is your next 2-3 years. Like,
that's true.
Be done. We got 2-3 years.
That's true. And a rumored, said this earlier, that Avengers Secret Wars is pushed back to 2028 with Sam Raimi and other names, with Sam Raimi at the top, their top choice to direct. Before we move on to Doctor Strange leaks, what are your thoughts on that? On Sam Raimi directing Secret Wars? I don't like it, but what do you think?
Why? I just don't see how you... One...
What do I like?
It's just a simple fact of you're pushing it back and you're already thinking about Sam Raimi like there won't be an upcoming or a new talent in 2026 or it doesn't need the director now. It needs to be set up to end the time. You need to start setting other shit up now. You don't need to worry about Secret Wars right now. I mean, and we know it's the end game and we all know they have shit they want to do for it, but that is not the worry right now.
Right.
The worry is setting it up with the other movies. And as much as we don't want to watch some of them, these shows that lead up to it, because it's like, we keep going on the same path. You've said it. Are you going to care about Secret Wars?
I'm telling you, I'm going to be 35.
Because I'm telling you, strike one for Darius was T'Challa not. He's not going to be in it unless it's going to be someone else. Strike two, would, in my opinion, is let's say we get to Deadpool and they start doing some bullshit with that and let's say we get to Miss Marvel and an incursion combine some Earths and they bring some characters or some shit, that's gonna be strike two or some shit. Because you didn't handle the incursion right, and so we know that you're not gonna be handling the way that the universes collide right. Strike two. Strike three, everything else leading up to it is just shit. And if that's the case, why would I not just be led to believe that Kang's Dynasty... That might be the third strike. If Kang's Dynasty is bad, if whatever they do before Secret Wars is bad, might be a pretty good tell that Secret Wars
That would be the
is...
first Avengers film since Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's bad...
And that's my thing. Are we...
They can't bounce back from that.
Do you think we're going to... Do we count Captain America 4 as...
I don't know.
An
I
Avengers
was
film?
just literally thinking that. I was just literally thinking that, and I don't know, because
Avengers film.
it's a small Avengers team with a powerless ass nigga. I don't know. I don't know. He doesn't have any powers. He's like he said in what show was that in his show, Falcon and Winter Soldier. I'm a black man carrying the stars and stripes. That's it. Stop there. You don't have to say anything else because that's all he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't carrying no powers. He's not carrying anything else. He is a black man in the stars and stripes. That's it. Now, will he get powers in his movie? Maybe. If he's supposed to be, if it's him, Shuri, and Shang-Chi, supposed to be the leaders, only one of them is formidable, and that's Shang-Chi. That's
Right.
it. That's it. Those are the leaders of the new Avengers team that you're leading into against Kang. One's powerless, one's a great value version of the original, and the other's just badass on his own.
Put him on a platter.
Crazy. So, for me, Sam Raimi directing Secret Wars, it's weird. I don't want to see Sam Raimi direct Secret Wars. Now, granted, Sam Raimi did give us one of the best comic book films of all time, in my opinion, and that is Spider-Man 2. But that's a singular character. You're now adding 70
Multiple.
plus characters.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, I think
to
he
a
did
whole
really
film.
well with Spider-Man because it was a one character focused film. But now that we're talking about multiple characters and a multiple event, like a huge event, I don't think he's the best person for that job.
See, and that's where it's, I don't know. Cause shit, if you want to go to the way Spider-Man 2 is directed, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
So maybe all he needs is the writers for Secret Wars. Waldron wasn't it for Multiverse of Madness, but we can't say that it wasn't directed and that everything with Wanda didn't look good.
That's true too.
It was directed as much as it could have been, and that's just my opinion.
That's true too.
I'm a Doctor Strange fan, and
didn't Sam Raimi also help with Doctor Strange too, or no?
He directed Doctor Strange too.
Right, Doctor Strange too, right?
He just didn't write
Multiverse of
it.
Madness.
He just didn't write it. Okay.
And I agree with everybody there. I as soon as they said Raimi, I was thinking to myself, 2028, it's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be knocking down the Russo brothers' door.
Yeah.
If I'm Kevin Feige and Marvel, I'm having meetings with the Russos yesterday. Like yesterday. Because give me an MCU film the Russos have done that bombed. That's not good.
Right.
And
that's their that's the thing. I feel like we're getting these directors where this is not their niche. Superhero films are not their niche. This is not what they
do. The Russos get it.
You know what I mean? That's
they know
they
this
get
shit.
it. But
They know
all
it.
of their movies that they have directed, even outside of the MCU, is
Ooh, no, outside the MCU it's not good. They don't have good films outside the MCU.
But
Cherry
aren't they-
bombed.
but aren't they mostly like action packed?
Cherry's not. Is Cherry an action film?
Oh, I forgot they did Cherry, didn't they? They did do Cherry. Cherry
with
was
Tom
not action.
Holland. They don't have a good track record outside of the MCU.
Well, then that just proves what I'm saying right there. Their
Yeah,
niche
they need to be
is superhero, action packed. Yeah.
It's kind of like I always say with Dave Filoni. I kept saying, and everybody, there were people even in our chat that used to tell me, "Oh no, Dave, not Dave." I used to argue with people on Twitter, "Not Dave, not Dave, not Dave." Get out of here. For sure, Dave. And it is just like it's the same thing. Dave knows these characters. The Russos know these characters. Stop searching under rocks and under brown trees and shit, and stay in house. Get the people that know this shit. I don't care if you have to throw the entire sink at the Russos. Give them what the fuck they want and get them in here. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. One of the last things here is the Doctor Strange 3 leaks, Henry, if you don't mind. And after this one, that would be it before we close. Okay, so for people that don't know, some of you may know, some of you may not know, the Cosmic Circus, this came out back in August, almost a month ago now, that Cosmic Circus said that Doctor Strange 3 is going to be adapting Time Runs Out. Now, we know what the MCU's adaptations look like, so Time Runs Out being one of my all-time favorite Marvel comics. You guys have heard me talk about Time Runs Out many times because Time Runs Out is what moves you into Secret Wars. Time Runs Out opens in Wakanda. Like Time Runs Out is great. Time Runs Out
is what
it's a great film. Or great
all
film, great comic.
44 Avengers comics and pushes them into Secret Wars.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Time Runs Out is
that
great.
middle point of transferring all these 44 comics into them being together, into ending it.
Yeah.
That's what Time Runs Out is.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Beautiful story.
Love Time Runs Out. So we know that it's supposed to be adapting that. So this is according to the sources, Marvel Studio wants to adapt elements from the Time Runs Out comic event for Doctor Strange 3. The film would pick up right where we left off in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, where Clea traveled from another dimension to seek out Doctor Strange for his aid in fixing an incursion that he caused. From what we've been told, Strange has been sought out by a multiversal organization called the Black Priest. According to our sources, Clea is a member of this organization. The Black Priest HQ will be in the nothing space of destroyed universes, which exist within the space of 2 dead universes caused by an incursion. It will be revealed in the film that the multiverse is dying. The cause of this decay is a result of the incursions happening all across the multiverse, the most recent being the one caused by Doctor Strange. The film will also elaborate on a point made in the previous movie regarding Doctor Strange and his threat to the multiverse, and that obviously came from Mr. Fantastic when he said he's the most dangerous thing to the multiverse. Stephen Strange and his danger to the multiverse. It was made clear in the previous film through Christine Palmer's 838 research that Stephen Strange is one of the most dangerous threats to the multiverse. However, they have yet to specify how exactly he was dangerous outside of what Strange 838 did. The upcoming sequel will explain how Stephen is a threat to the multiverse by establishing him as a common denominator when it comes to incursions across the multiverse aside from the main danger of the Council of Kings. While it will be confirmed that the main reason for the decay of the multiverse is due to incursions being caused by the Council of Kangs, it is unknown at this time if the film will feature a Kang variant. It will actually. I know that. I do know that, and I'm going to get into that in just a second. Kang is going to be in it. It is unknown at this time if the film will feature a Kang variant, or if the film will flat out confirm what the sources of the decay is. However, our sources told us that the film will serve as a direct preamble to the upcoming Avengers film. Right. So that's what I was just about to say. We know that it's going to come down to Stephen Strange and Kang in Secret Wars. It's inevitable. The comic.
Yeah.
Minus Kang. So in order for that to take place, Kang has to be in Doctor Strange 3, and not just has to. I'm gonna get to that. Who was that? The sources are, I forget. The sources were saying that Jonathan Majors is rumored to have a huge role in Doctor Strange 3, setting up his rivalry with Stephen Strange for Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. So in order for that to happen, they have to have some big to-do in Doctor Strange 3, and if that happens, then that pushes the narrative forward for their big fight in Secret Wars and in Kang Dynasty, if they fight in Kang Dynasty. And this says, are you excited for Doctor Strange 3? It's important to note that while this information regarding Doctor Strange 3 was provided to us before the strikes took place, the ideas could change once the strikes are over and writers begin to flesh out new concepts and ideas for the upcoming film. It's important to acknowledge that without the labor of the writers, actors currently on strike, its films and shows we're covering wouldn't exist. Yeah, so that's what we're seeing there. And one of the things about Stephen Strange being one of the most deadly... Let me kind of pull this up really quick. Stephen Strange being one of the most deadly threats to the multiverse, I bring you back to this. Bring you back to this. If you guys take yourselves back to Multiverse of Madness, when they were giving us the concept art and things for Multiverse of Madness, I guess I can just click on one of these. It'll give me a better one. Yeah. One of the things that they were discussing was the multiple Doctor Stranges in Multiverse of Madness, which we only saw the three? The three, 4, because the one from the Incursion universe as well. I think that this concept may be put in Doctor Strange 3, and the reason I say that is because in order for Steven to understand, because he still because he still doesn't get it. He still doesn't understand exactly how he is a threat to the multiverse. So in order for him to understand how he's a threat to the multiverse, I wish they would have kept this scene in Multiverse of Madness for him to go through and see all the dead Doctor Stranges, because it's like, no matter what universe he's in, no matter what happens, Stephen Strange is the fuck up. He's the one that keeps fucking up everything. So the fact that they didn't keep this in there, I wish they would have, though. Maybe they're saving it for Doctor Strange 3. Maybe that's why they took that out. Or maybe it's just a concept that they just scrapped all together with the other concepts. But the description on this, because this is coming from the Doctor Strange updates. I don't know if you guys follow them on Twitter or anything like that, but it says this is what they had posted back on January 4th. It says, new Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness concept art of the earlier version of an Incursion universe. The Incursion universe would have been a desert filled with dead Doctor Strange variants. That Strange, Wanda, Mordo, and Wong would have visited together. And I think at that point too, it would have been a reckoning to Stephen Strange that, okay, this is serious. This is not just a joke like the joke he gave in you guys chart in the 60s. This is a real thing. I maybe really am a major threat to the universe, the multiverse, and everything like that. So what we're going to see in Doctor Strange 3, if they actually do adapt Time Runs Out, if they do keep it after, like they said with the strike and everything going on, it could be new ideas. The writers might come up with something different. I don't know. For me, though, I think that is the best bet to do. You do Time Runs Out for Doctor Strange. It's the only way to really set him up as what he's going to do in Secret Wars and Kang Dynasty, in my opinion. So, Doctor Strange 3. Am I looking forward to Doctor Strange 3? I am. I know Q did not enjoy Multiverse of Madness. I enjoyed everything of Wanda in Multiverse of Madness.
I enjoyed Multiverse of Madness.
But so for me, I am looking forward to Doctor Strange 3 if Time Runs Out is really what we are doing.
It's too much. It's too much to think about if they're trying to do Time Runs Out. I don't see how you're going to do it without all the cameos of other characters, while adding in the Black Priests with Clea being a part. That is one thing, but the other thing, I don't know, because you said that, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like in one hand, Doctor Strange doesn't know, but in the other hand, he does, because it kind of depends on what perspective you're looking at, because when the Russo's writing, I'm pretty sure in those other possibilities he saw where he had the time stone and looked, pretty sure he knows he's a fuck up in some of those, because he's he's supposed to be this arrogant ass nigga who really just denies everything at his fault, because at the end of the day he's powerful enough to save the universe. That's really the root of his story. And so he knows that he's the fuck up for everything, but at the same time he kind of has to deny it, because he's the only one that can fix his fuck ups, because they're like such a large scale fuck up than like if Iron Man or like you know what I'm saying, or like Captain America fucked up, because he's dealing with shit on the universal level and shit like that. And so it's like, the part that worries me is they adapt Time Runs Out. That's one story. Then they want to bring Clea in with whatever they're doing, her and the Black Priest. That we know it's not going to be comic related. I don't think that's going to be MCU original, whatever they adapt. The Time Runs Out is all they're going to take from the comics. Then you have the Doctor Strange and Kang that you have to set up for the future. And so, like I said, it's just a lot that you have to do in the sense of you're coming off a movie that I just watched that had Doctor Strange in the title, and I felt like it wasn't a Doctor Strange movie. And so the worry is that you're going to do all this shit. And it's like, we're not going to realize that Doctor Strange is realizing he's the fuck up, if that makes sense. Like, we're going to be watching the movie for Kang or the Black Priest or Time Runs Out. Because Time Runs Out isn't just about Doctor Strange. He's at the center of it, but there's a lot of other moving pieces that push that story forward. And like you said,
T'Challa's one of them.
Yeah, like you said, Jonathan Majors has to be a major part of it to establish that it's not even just a relationship. They are literally A and B. Like, Doctor Strange and Kang. Like, we've talked about, Doctor Strange he has to die. Like, that's how it ends.
Right.
There's no other way.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say this about, and this is not anything in the, like, what we just read, but I'll say this about Secret Wars, and yeah, it's not till 2028, but I don't, how do I say that? I'll just say it. I feel fucking weird if Doctor Doom's not in it, and I'm not talking in it like a side in it.
I'm talking in there like swimwear.
Yeah.
I personally, yeah, you could just replace Kang with Doctor Doom, but personally, I don't know how you take Marvel's greatest villain and you involved in one of Marvel's greatest stories, and you don't put him in it. Like, I don't.
No, I definitely agree.
Get that. I don't. Like, Doctor Doom is so integral to that entire story. I don't know, bro. I mean, yeah, you can just do Kang, but that's just like, so you're taking Kang and having him do Doctor Strange's story? Like, Doom's got to be in it. He's not, what we do know about Doom in the MCU, he's not the villain in Fantastic Four, but I believe he's in Fantastic Four, which doesn't make sense to me, because if they already have their powers at this time, does he not know who he is? I don't know, bro. And that's a whole confusing thing with the Fantastic Four anyway. We don't even know who the fuck is playing the Fantastic Four. So, I don't know. Doctor Doom's got to be in it for me. Like I said, that's nothing to do with Doctor Strange and everything like that, but I think Doom, I mean, that's a major thing even with Steven and all of that. I mean, all of it.
Like I said, there's so many moving parts to Time Runs Out. There's so many moving parts to Time Runs Out that also push into Secret Wars, where it's like, we already talked about, I don't know how you're not doing Doom, and if you are, you can't just bring him in last second and be like, here's one Doctor Doom, here's 2 or 3. It's like,
and it's like D Stizzle just said, Black Swan, major role. Black Swan plays a major role in Time Runs Out. She was the one.
Like D Stizzle said, you need Doom.
You do.
Yeah.
She's the one that told, like, when Mr. Fantastic went down to the holding cell and was talking to her, and then it was Terrax the Enlightened in the cell next to her. She was the one that explained everything to him. Like, yeah, you could get another person, another character to do all that. You know, it's not.
But why?
Yeah, but why? That's the thing too. There's so many missing characters from all of this. It's interesting. It's very interesting, and we do know that they did pay Jim Shooter, who did the original Secret Wars, when the Beyonder just brought all of them to Battle World, and then it was the villains, heroes, all that kind of stuff. But they're also talking with Hickman now. Is Hickman in the writers' rooms with them? I highly doubt it. I think they just paid Hickman and Shooter for the rights for Secret Wars. But I doubt Hickman's in the writers' rooms. If Hickman's in the writers' rooms, then you're doing something right. But I know he's not in there, so it doesn't even matter. But yeah, and as far as, like you said about Time Runs Out and T'Challa and other characters that are important to it, like, you know, I've said this many times when talking about T'Challa. Time Runs Out opens in Wakanda. It opens in Wakanda. It opens with T'Challa looking up and seeing what the fuck, you know. So it's like, it's not having.
You need the you need the Infinity Gauntlet.
You need the Infinity Gauntlet
with T'Challa in it.
You need
like, there's
the
so
Illuminati.
much shit they don't have that.
You need not 838 Illuminati. You need the MCU proper
Steve
Illuminati.
Rogers.
Yeah.
You need.
Yeah. There's a lot of moving pieces to that shit. So it is pretty it's pretty scary. Pretty scary to think about. But that just deviated because I was thinking about Doctor Doom and all that shit. I've thought about that in the past. I'm just thinking to myself like, yes, Secret Wars is dope. I'm excited, but the MCU, they got some work to do. They have a
lot of work to do.
All right. Those are the kind of things that are on there for Doctor Strange, but you guys let us know down below in the comments what you guys are thinking for the leaks there. Once more leaks come out, of course, we'll be here to discuss them with you as well. The last thing that I will get into before we answer some of these here. Here in a minute. So before we move on here to these last thing I will say, and I'm not going to be super long-winded with this because we did start later. We're back tomorrow. We are back tomorrow. I assure you guys that we are back tomorrow.
Should be a little more on time tomorrow too.
But because we
less
were late,
nigga time,
and he and I both have to get up early for work. I'm gonna make this kind of short tonight, but I'll elaborate a little bit more tomorrow. Obviously, neither one of my co-hosts watch Star Wars or have watched the Ahsoka show. But you guys have listened to me shit on Star Wars constantly throughout the past years we've been here on the channel.
Yeah, take away that touching story. Go ahead. How good has it been?
I adored Mando season 1 and 2. I absolutely hate the Book of Boba Fett. I absolutely did not watch any of Andor except for the first episode. The first episode didn't draw me in, so I stopped. You know, one of the things when Henry and I were discussing starting this channel was our love for Star Wars. It was coming on and be able to talk about Star Wars because he knows Star Wars, I know Star Wars, and I don't just, when I say I know Star Wars, it's not like, oh yeah, no, I know Star Wars.
That nigga,
like the lore.
Y'all think that nigga knows Black Panther, Marvel?
He literally breathes, eats. It's like in his veins. He shits it.
Love Star Wars.
I remember one year. I'm sorry, I gotta take this away. I remember one year. I'm pretty sure we had a basketball game on May 4th, like a tournament game. It was on a Saturday. This nigga, fuck basketball. That nigga was all Star Wars in the gym. Not like wearing shit, but he wasn't thinking about basketball. That nigga's mind was Star Wars and whatever they were doing for that shit. And I'm just like, at that point in time, because you know, even at this point in time, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. I know a little more than I did, but at that point in time, I was really like, this nigga is a nerd. like 7th grade me, I was like, this nigga is a nerd. Like, we're supposed to be hooping, and this nigga is talking about like May 4th,
bruh.
May the 4th be with you. I'm like, I don't know what that means, Darius. I don't know what that means.
I love it. You know. So before I say what I'm saying about Ahsoka really quick, for those of you that are massive Star Wars fans, we were introduced to this character when I was in the 7th grade. I was in the 7th grade when Ahsoka came, and they released the animated Clone Wars series. The movie before the series. I remember her entering to the screen. I was like, why does Anakin have an apprentice? Why is she so fucking annoying? I hope she goes away after this movie. But here we are in 2023, from 2007 to 2023. Ahsoka is one of my favorite characters in Star Wars. Not just one of my favorite characters in Star Wars. I saw people saying on Twitter, I know Dave Filoni's not trying to replace, not trying to make Ahsoka the character in Star Wars. No. I don't think he's trying to make her the character in Star Wars, but for you to sit and think that Ahsoka's not one of the major characters in Star Wars shows you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Shows you don't know Star Wars. Why? Because you look at Ahsoka, bro. Look at the Ahsoka series. The Ahsoka series is quite possibly, not possibly, it is the best live action Star Wars show that they've done. And I've said this many times, this is why you give Dave the keys. This is why you put the keys in Dave's hands. Dave ate and left no crumbs, bro. None.
Yeah.
None. See, I've watched many Star Wars YouTubers and things like that. I remember when everyone got on Theory for crying when Luke showed up in Mandalorian. I've never cried in Star Wars. I remember when Theory cried in Star Wars. I remember Henry and I talked about it, and I was like, I'm super passionate like he is. I don't know that I'd ever cry, though. I said that in Mandalorian. I cried last night. And it wasn't like it was just like tears, because you don't understand, bro. When you love a franchise and then you have somebody that is working on that franchise that loves it just as much as you, if not more than you, and they are taking care of it, that literally was from 2007 to 2023 full circle for Ahsoka. Full circle. Last night was a full circle. She was trained by Anakin. She fought Anakin last night. Everything, the Hayden Christensen stuff was phenomenal. The flashbacks of Clone Wars, fucking phenomenal. The Siege of Mandalore, seeing live action Mandalorians, phenomenal. The breathing, hearing Vader's respirator during the transition scenes when he would go from Hayden to Vader, phenomenal. The World Between Worlds, phenomenal. The Purgle, phenomenal. This shit is honestly Rebel Season 5. That's what it is. It's Rebel Season 5. Dave knows what the fuck he's doing. He is taking care of this franchise. If Disney and Kathleen Kennedy want this thing to continue, Lucasfilm, they want this to continue. I saw E-Man posted on Twitter, next to Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni. No. Next to Dave Filoni, there is no other besides George Lucas.
Yeah.
There's no other besides the maker himself. Never forget, Jon Favreau gave us the Book of Boba Fett. That shit is shit. And then you look back on like the Kenobi series. You look at the Kenobi series. What should have been phenomenal was not. It wasn't. But you look at you look at what they're doing with Ahsoka. Who directed Obi-Wan? It wasn't Dave. Mm-hmm. Who directed Book of Boba Fett? It wasn't Dave. Who did Andor? It wasn't Dave. Who did Mando? It wasn't Dave. Who did Ahsoka? Dave. What's the best Star Wars live action series? Ahsoka. Dave's.
Dave.
Because Dave knows what the fuck he's doing. So for everybody that came for me way back when, because I looked at it before we came on. 8 months ago was our last Ahsoka, the last time we talked about the Ahsoka series, when I was giving the leaks and things. And yes, for those of you, if anybody new is in the chat, you haven't been here before, all the leaks and things we talked about months ago played out in the show. Everything that we talked about months ago is happening in the show. The only thing that they changed was the Twilight of the Apprentice Rebels episode where Vader fought Ahsoka. They changed it to where it was just Hayden as Anakin fighting Ahsoka instead of him as Vader fighting Ahsoka in the suit as Vader fighting Ahsoka. So it's phenomenal. And we're only 5 episodes in. I think we have 4 or 5 left. And man, it's crazy. It's crazy to see. It's crazy to see some of that stuff. So I'm all here for the Ahsoka series. I'm all here for Dave having the keys to the ship and everything like that. It was great. And again, it was just the first half of the season. We have not even seen Thrawn. We haven't even seen Thrawn yet. And when he does enter, and I talked about this. I know so I'm gonna give a quick warning here. If you want to jump out, I'm about to go into something really quick. You can jump out. It is leaks. I'm giving you 5, 4, 3, 2. So in the second half, back half of this season, when we get to Thrawn, remember that Morgan Elsbeth is a Night Sister. Remember, we talked 8 months ago that Thrawn was going to have an army of stormtroopers resurrected from the dead by Night Sister magic. The Night Sisters apparently come from the unknown regions, or whatever they call it whatever they're calling it now. They're calling it whatever. I call it the unknown regions because that's what it's called in Legends. The unknown regions. We know that Thrawn is going to have this massive army because he is the heir to the Empire. I said also, you can go back and watch this. I said back in when we watched the Book of Boba Fett. I'm sorry, not the Book of Boba Fett. I said back when we watched Mando Season 1, when Cody was still one of my co-hosts. I remember I looked at Cody during that after we started talking about it at the end of the episode. I said they're doing Heir to the Empire. No, they're never going to do Heir of the Empire. Where are we at? What are they doing? Heir to the fucking Empire. They're doing Heir of the Empire. That's Dave's movie. This, after Ahsoka series ends, it's going to play right into the movie for Heir of the Empire. I'm excited. I can't wait for this. I'm not going to sit and continue on because, like I said, I think next Tuesday, unless there's a break in between the second half of the season, I believe next Tuesday is when the next episode comes out, and I cannot wait for it. I have not set up for a Star Wars show since season 1 of Mandalorian, and been this excited for Star Wars. So this is, if you're a Star Wars fan, it's a really good time to be a Star Wars fan. That was phenomenal. I suggest if you haven't seen it and you are a Star Wars fan, I don't know why you haven't. If you are, go watch episode 5. Go watch that shit. That's phenomenal. I think Hayden Christensen also turned in one of the absolute best performances as Anakin Skywalker. So great. And to Kathleen Kennedy, you failed, Your Highness. You failed. Dave won. He is Dave won. He is a creator like his mentor before him, George Lucas. So you failed. Yeah, we'll jump into some of them. Once you do 6, you do 5, and then we'll call there. Henry, if you want to look at the screen.
I don't know how far you want me to go back, because there's a lot.
Whatever catches your eye.
A lot of people were basically saying for Secret Wars, if there's no Russo brothers, then there's just no point, which I agree. Gray said Ahsoka should have been the flagship Star Wars show on Disney+. I'm pretty sure Darius would agree with you. Absent Good said, not a huge Star Wars fan, but enjoying the Ahsoka show, and I haven't watched Clone Wars or the other shows.
Wait, I'm sorry, one more time.
Not a huge Star Wars fan, but enjoying Ahsoka, and I haven't watched Clone Wars or the other show.
I'll tell you this, because I posted this on Twitter and I posted it on my Instagram. I feel like if you're enjoying it, that's great. I'm not taking anybody's experience away from them. I'm so glad you're loving it, because that's great. That's what Star Wars is supposed to be. It's supposed to be something that you just love like that. But I will say, if you have not seen the Clone Wars and you have not seen the relationship between Ahsoka and Anakin, and then the relationship between Vader and Ahsoka in Rebels, you're being robbed of an experience of watching Ahsoka Episode 5. Because all the feels you get with those flashbacks, those feelings come from the Clone Wars. Those feelings come from Rebels. But like I said, if you're enjoying it, I'm glad. More people, please watch Ahsoka.
Last one, B. Smith, Dave Filoni is the heir to the Empire.
Yes, he is.
I'm only reading 3. I only saw 3 that I liked. Sorry. Raymond said, if Doctor Doom doesn't play a major role in Secret Wars, it will be the biggest FU to the fans and to the material Marvel has ever done, more than killing off T'Challa. And that's almost... It is true to the extent of how... I don't understand how you do the biggest Marvel story ever without the biggest Marvel villain ever.
The same way they did Secret Invasion without the heroes. They don't give a shit.
But this is just on a bigger scale.
It is.
I just don't see...
Yeah.
It's possible. I'm not ruling them out. I don't see how the fuck you do it and make it possible. Gray said, how is Doom going to be connected to the Fantastic Four when they are rumored to be from the 60s from a whole different universe?
Oh, say it louder for the people in the back.
Some holes they've got to cover.
Say it louder for the people in the back.
That is very true.
And then Raptor Cloak said, people forget T'Challa can wield the Infinity Gauntlet with no problems, and D. Stiesel responded and said that comic gauntlet isn't as deadly as the film version. Which is true, but at the same time, T'Challa, we never got to see him do anything that he was really capable of doing.
True.
In the sense of, when we got to these bigger stories, he was one of the niggas that was strong enough to do what most heroes wasn't doing. And not only strong enough, smart enough in the sense of,
I'm gonna go do it on my own.
Yeah.
Like, fuck what everyone else doing. I'm gonna go do it on my own. And it's gonna be one of the most pivotal parts in the story. And it's usually literally in the beginning and the end. Like, the nigga ends the story, starts it, boom.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much all. Sorry, I gotta leave.
Yeah,
work at, like,
I gotta
fucking-
release the sitter.
I'm saying that, but Darius got him gonna be up like 2 hours before me, so I know he.
I do. I have to get up. My alarm goes off at 3:45. So yeah, no.
Raymond and your ass said we won't be back tomorrow. Promise we will.
Yep.
I wouldn't even address Raymond. I would have just let Raymond see when we are here
Nah,
tomorrow.
cause Raymond gonna think I'm a lying ass nigga now, and when he see us tomorrow, he gonna be like, damn, that nigga was telling the truth. Maybe I can believe him next time too.
No, we're back. I promise you. Things are better, and with the way they've pissed me off at work, I'll leave when the fuck I'm ready to leave. So, if it's a Wednesday or Thursday, I'm always leaving at 5. I'm always leaving at 5 if it's a Wednesday or Thursday.
Yep.
When we stream, and if I can, things are about to actually change a lot for me. So I should have a lot more time. I should have.
And the sense of we can come in here on a Sunday morning and knock out 2 hours of film time and drop scripted videos in the week now because we can edit. So we have whatever.
Yeah, no, we've definitely got time. So last thing I will say, I appreciate everybody being so very patient with us during this 2-month hiatus. I really do. I remember, I know everybody's been asking, when are you guys coming back? When are you guys coming back? I know you guys can't really see everything, and I'll do it once I completely finish it. I will do a studio tour, post a video.
This shit ain't even done
it's
yet.
not even done. Like, it's not even done.
We are the epitome of nigga time.
Oh, yeah.
They are.
Epitome of that shit because...
For sure.
Yeah, no, it's not done.
No, but genuinely, seriously appreciate everyone.
We do.
I couldn't wait to be back. Always fun.
Always good times.
Times feel like it moved fast as fuck when I'm in here.
And I know that... I don't even know if I want to bring that up, the giveaways. I know a lot of people are like, where's my fucking giveaway? Thank you. Oh, dang. Andre, thank you so much.
Thank you, Andre.
For the, very, very, very generous
We're doing
super
giveaways.
chat. The very generous super chat. He said, just wanted to show some support and say y'all were missed. Thank you. When my mom passed in January, your show helped me keep my mind off the grief, and I really appreciate it. Looking forward to more conversations and rants about T'Challa.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Andre. And Andre and I actually talk quite a bit. Andre and I talk on my Instagram. We talk on Twitter. So we talk quite a bit. So, Andre, I really appreciate you being here and everybody else, and I appreciate the very, very, very generous super chat. So,
thank you
so much. Really appreciate it.
I'm glad we could be a little something, because that's definitely, I know I've had tough ass days,
right?
And I've came in here and been like, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all in here. Shit, it's just, I don't know. This shit just so relaxing.
Not us healing each other, guys. Look at us.
Yeah, so again, we appreciate it.
Corey play with boogers. That shit ain't
Oh, yeah,
Oh
that's
my
right.
God. This is why I'm not coming back. If y'all just don't see me, it's because they talk shit about me and then they never let me talk. So if y'all don't see me back here, just...
I'm almost positive because KJ was her son. KJ, he was over here last night. I'm almost positive when he shit himself last night.
Because he's 3.
That was a ploy to go eat some boogers. But I could be wrong. I don't know. Appreciate everybody again. Thank you guys so much.
I'm just... They'll be back tomorrow. I'm not.
That wasn't no shit.
That was definitely shit.
Bruh, was in the equation.
When I tell you that the smell of KJ's shit was enough to not want to have a child.
It was his, I don't know, he shits like a grown man.
Corey, I love you. You know I love KJ. I dap the nigga up every time. That little nigga's birth control.
Yes.
When I don't need a kid.
He's my own birth
every
control.
Every time you leave, I'm like, Darius, that little nigga's birth control.
I'm telling you.
Thank you so much, Dorian.
Thank you so much for that, Dorian.
Thank
but
you.
no, seriously, he's my own birth control, so I get it. Never
Dorian
again.
said, would Christian Bale be a good director for a solo character movie, and if so, which character? Because he was asked to show up in The Flash as Batman, but he completely refused because it wasn't something he was interested in. Not that he's not interested in being Batman; he wants to be Batman.
Yes.
But he wasn't interested in what they were doing.
He has his own Batman,
exactly,
like everyone does. And,
Yeah.
And for like, you brought up the question because Christian Bale's Batman isn't bad. He knows Batman. That he knows Robin, Batman.
I would say Batman. If so, I would say let him take a shot at Batman. I would like to see his take on it and things like that. Not keep him out of not gore, Lord. So, but again,
he said he meant Christopher Nolan.
Oh, Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
Give me something with give me something with Molecule and just blowing shit up.
I don't know who I'd put Christopher Nolan on as far as a individual character.
I don't know either.
I'm not sure. Didn't he just do? He did Oppenheimer.
Yes.
Huh. So he likes explosions and
That's
shit.
why I said just give me Molecule Man blowing shit up.
He does like to blow shit up.
I'm not sure. But again, okay, so we are, because like I said, got to get up in the morning. Thank you guys. We will see everybody back.
Same day tomorrow.
Yeah, same.
Wake up for work, right back over here.
Except it'll be the right time tomorrow. So we're here at 7:30 tomorrow, and we appreciate everybody being here. Appreciate the kind super chats and all the kind words and everybody missing us. Can't wait to be back. Bond's a good one, Gray. That is a good one. That's a good one. With Idris.
Oh, okay.
That'd be great if Idris did. He doesn't want to, but that'd be great. So thank you guys. Yes, I know, Cornelius, not all of you. Thank you guys for being here. It's so much appreciated. We love you guys so much. We really, really do. Like, subscribe. Please subscribe. I know we haven't lost any subscribers, but we haven't gained any subscribers. We haven't been here. So like, subscribe, share this with your friends, and we will see all of you guys in the next video. Henry, will you hit us with that outro music, the one that we put on there? And
see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow.
Peace out, guys. We will see you guys.
Peace.
Tomorrow.
7:30.
Man, night already almost fucking over. I gotta be up in 4 fucking hours.
Shit, I know.